ahaya not ahaya me wa akonya we so and mama tira so yi akonya we aso na na ye mama ye slate and o se ya GMI and ye si for papa so Obi, where are the fundamentals? And I'm referring to our economy. Is it not sad, Obi? Say ye be a suku na papa to say Obi and a kwaminka yen to be try a school fees and we have to hustle. Literally, we have to make calls. Now yes, let's sana yet to try a school fees. Is it not sad?
The question will then be, sir, did they start today?
Doesn't matter when it started, Obi. Doesn't matter when it started. If it is a trend that was bedru and pempenso we ya to say them kind, all we know are the leaders we have now. We do not know John Mahama. We do not know John Evans Mills. We do not know John Ajekum Kofo because Oma bedi omo de ko. Omo ya en ye nyina ye hunu ye. John Mahama na mamu no na nya fe no ye nyina ye pam no e no koye. What you say? Say Nanado Danko Akufo-Addo Ghana mampanyin wono na woso wono na pamfo. And they told us and their voices were so loud. So loud say what that cry now so dia what wo money. Their voices were so loud. Ghana ya mobadodo. Yet is igaso and so come the I shall protect the public purse. When you now Nanado Danko Akufo-Addo Ghana mampanya ye de ni obuo ma no esando sa voice wakasa okasa se we nyina eno man na boss one na ye bo ho ban no the tebia te say eno ni wiemu hyan han Obi eno ni wiemu hyan han eno ne said ye na o man hene ka wa bra no kire na adwen sa sa be say ma se mehi asem wa bra no ye mehi asem no na wo kire say ye te ye Ghana ayato aba amamrahye bedwafo so bunkosi anamu e wo mrahye bedwafie na mrahye bedwafie wo mo hyehyeye na ye fie kese a akuntabuo esie akuntabuo su no ye su bia wo ka bi mameka bia mamu obu na ye hwe animu say finance minister of the Republic of Ghana ebe ko mrahye bedwafie no akobu akonta was mema. And you were very instructive, Obi, in what you said when you said say this time round speaker you horning. Speaker efe ni bre kwaso ebisa say adentina sa atebia we yede ekoso na ni obeye ni and ye nyina ye fully aware of ni speaker aka so obeye. Obi, what should that tell you? It should simply tell you say nia eyo mani swade hunu nti omode ba ban mu a na ye nsem omoton kire ye no omode ato nchen e de omani akose baabi omode omani ase no ye nyina ye nim ewe ye tirim ba ye ntiminka nyenti a ye ntiminka no ne say yesuro ena ye tie Ghana Obi science and training now kasa na hwe wachi meti an hwe wachi e da don lock Obi ada na sami je view ha say what na adwen within a democracy Obi anka wan pata anka bantie ya na betiti sabidie yi kwade twade a sami je via no right in front of you. Yes, a BSc pay. But should it happen under a president who repealed the criminal libel law? Should it happen under a president who spoke at length about media freedom? Adani den yina ode hwa no ho. So one on the boy ede ensenjwa for fan with the see for pen papa. Should these things happen? Should Ameswale saga happen? Should these incidents happen? Should Latif Idrisu I bet him a couple of days ago. Now they be tally, and I'm just saying, yeah, peace. Me pretty bad now. I'm going to say a medical IEB say our condition be and it's as a result of one knows them training walk cover yet be a coswo. I walk over yet no. I post for free here. You bet yet and so the two open immunity and now banty and more. And look at the condition in which he is. Obi, are we in normal times? We are certainly not in normal times.
These and many other reasons, Nama Ochna, my imagination move to a good mountain.
Yes.
So, under the auspices of Arise Ghana.
That's right.
Good. Enti, Sisia, Bibia de Danaquem.
Bibia Danaquem, Abrewa, Puma Frequem, Abrapo, Wampo, Puman Wade, where ye frequem. It was Tina. So long as I from who Ghana ni say ukra Ghana card, unkra Ghana card. But wo from who Ghana ni kwadia. Bra bonting. Never think to suko kwa by and obi. The ain't young choir and that bako is pretty simple. I mean, we've been using the same chino on the crasi yeah. Na piece DH. Is that post for the Iowa chino? Na piece DH. Now chino so we'll be using the same strategy. A free 1 year pencil. This time round, you see yes, I know. And you jam for 2 days.
2 days.
2 solid days. Said the Baya, a bind who say you near Benham. I don't hear me. So come do. And I'll get you on a zone. What get you on soon till I'm a sort of bra. Obi. Multimedia triaka, yes. Now these days, even at our radio, let me talk for our station. Advertisers omo mbetua sika. Eto airtime. Say ye mo omo dwumadie ho dawuro no. Omo no ma ho dawuro no. And then omo sika ti aba form. Why? Some of them are even unable to pay. And the reason is simple. Sika ni krom. And now say sika no ye ntiba amoabo no. Anfa mbegu na boso beso abedo na etua ega. Obi said do 24th, 25th, 26th, 27th now let in Suya. Now man for us we are manager. You should know this. Boss a man for anu ahono abante when you obeka bi ache but ferry enti want to be can FM. Obi and that is the situation we find ourselves. So if you are a journalist, if you are a doctor, if you are a nurse, we are trot driver, we are taxi driver, we are Uber driver, when the bra so so be sorry ama o man. Na watin tezuko ko dia cha ban pampa Ghana ya mobododo yeti sika so enso come the yen.
Okay, nti Prince Kwame Minka and Amoten Nkan, one of the conveners for Arise Ghana demonstration and Yame Adoma Otena and Otenechi Air Basso, and some of the reasons into a moko demonstration or the Atujano. Duncan Amwa or Executive Secretary Makopek, or no one of the conveners for Arise Ghana. Duncan Bokode.
Obi Apomodin or
Yadanyamiase,
Botomodin
in ho. And Botomdin ni ho because then fuel agis canana.
Obi, ye we are midobe pie. Maybe me tank na sokoko.
Oh. Eya wona nkanam way.
Ai, aso. Sisi a midobe pie na kore.
Kopek Executive Secretary.
Me say baby me konne na moye. Obi zo auto 200. Onya wamba na ebufu ntutu nika. You see, a be hypocrisy on my part. Ye difi wo ho nkomo. Se baby e be ka ensemo a da kyerem panyimfo ya ka. Ye be twro ho nkrata. I home press conferences. Okay, say demonstration. I did kind pa aban we share. Go pick for ne ko ye ne no ma driver for. Circle haya o Brasport. Ye we ye call parliament e ko take a refresh so. It was a good gesture. What you don't sustain, no, it overtakes you. And now, Mijidi say, or mine, no, we elect leaders to find solutions. They are not leaders because Obi Honye Obi Fe.
Yeah.
Obi Wasin Obi Epo Obi Asem Obi Mpe Obi Asem. But a leader must be a critical thinker. A kwan ye namusui, a de ebeko say. Maybe a yifa hang be ye. But maybe a meteno. The depth of information I may want. And yet penny mobia na wa ben you mon and Egypt baby any namin. But in penny for the beans were hijack or mine no pa de year or mope. In fact, a foot only bit me a cop. A section of Impenyvon Egitumo. Ye say a beboa. Then Penyvoni beans were bogu for their own selfish parochial interest. Enti Obi. Sir Miss Orena Arise Ghana. Demonstration na ye plan ye Obiza driver unions. What is then and say na me of Canada Japan di matter. Said driver for ne koye de munamena me show mochi. My office near 9 years trust Ankrata no Accra Regional Police Command. Okay, so driver for no do motion see for 1 day anka chaos eba. We have to intervene all the time and beg them. Obisa GPRTU for hey concerned, committed, true drivers. Why we talk to them every time? We intervene. Yeah, poor much. But Obi, so what's a ho? Na petrol every 6 cedi 50 as of January
2022.
2020, yes, January 2022. Na every 6 cedi 50. Na enetremu 13
cedis.
Yes.
Per liter.
Diesel electremu 13 cedis per liter. Petrol in 11 cedi.
11 cedis.
And so we get both products no average at 12 cedi a liter. So we got two ni bomo. 13 almost 11. Yes. What one and 12 cedi a liter. Within a period of 6 months, a bonnet double for our pockets. Obi, it is an encanemiana meto 400, 500 dB and committee media con. And the water bar no baby no meansa. Na esinitiasi. 2 years and then 2, 3, 4 hours, 1 day, 2 days. You need to go back and look for money to buy fuel.
And you think, sir, steep rise, no? A buying bit me, your home baby.
Obi. We here a rocket scientist. Sure. Me di petrol nse mo yechi ache. Na metimi esiso. There are only 2 things involved. 1. Ye pesi ye ho bibia. Ye beye. 2. Ye pesi ye ho bibia. We will continue to make excuses. When him say numero ni aba mpanyimfo ni bibedi nkomo.
Yes.
Believe me, ombe rationalize it within the global context. Russia, Ukraine, yeah, the COVID back home. Obi, I was on a platform with City not long ago. In fact, all the economists, like I say, we pointed out that the same global context, you know, a lot of the countries are faring better. In fact, your neighboring Togo, Hakra, on Tufango, Nibi, the petrol less than 8 cedis, 12, an oil producing country. So there's something somewhere missing. Obi, some what is missing? Obi, I can advise the government area way. So I'm far a beboa. Or more fat. Enti Ubekaya. So we feed
advice our mother.
Obi.
And away a for crowd.
Mame Bubui, Emisa and Chair. I had an invitation from Impenyim Ghana Security Impenyim Pa.
Asempa.
And that's why I said the air cosono and you'll be an energy. Penyimfo ni bebre ani but a few too have hijacked the system at the year omope enti penyini no po edgy to musa koye ni say ya somebody to also issue authorization no mark counter authorization not to do enti system na yetimo no obi petrol could come down if you ask me na match remove within a minute.
Do that.
Sure. You can't do the very normal things in abnormal times. The times have changed. Times now near to honor deregulation. And we can't pay subsidy for importers, BDCs. Into deregulate no more cover emetono at market value, no more profits, full cost recovery. You have moved far past that period. Joe Biden at the US. I instructed states in Israel to reduce all taxes, federal taxes, for 9 months. But if anybody needs money in this time, even to support Ukraine, any American here, they are taking drastic measures to ease the burden, 1, on their people, 2, on the economy. See, baby, our inflation in Amono. It is not because Russia, Ukraine, into Bordia, Yakoto, Russia, Bordia, boy, the 3 go or 10 cities. Enka 3 no 2 cities, aqua 5 cities, and net 3. You go
and I'm also blaming on transportation.
Exactly. So your petrol price single-handedly
affecting everything.
Drag everything beyond our reach.
In it, like what Joe Biden has done, no? Ghana buying so enter taxes, so.
You see, Obi, just one of the many things I bet me as a country. But Joe Biden example, no? As a government that says, okay, my people are going through a bit of a difficulty. So this is what I want to do for you. Why BB? Federal reserves, they are releasing almost 1 million daily.
That's in terms of fuel.
Yes.
Product
yes.
Okay.
Into the show. Before Russia, Ukraine, fuel average price in the US
Asempa FM
was $3.5. And then a more cost $9 and $5 and double here. The dollar paying economy is still managing. Or no, that will be worst affected by Russia, Ukraine, because one of the biggest consumers is worst affected. Oguso manage it. We have failed to manage. We have met with the finance minister, energy minister, MPA, everybody. We had made propositions. Eventually, what the finance minister came to read to us was far off from the proposition. Obi, the 13 cities are diesel no abnormal. It's a crisis. Say ye did now. In July, many prophet of doom. Ebeko Strubio.
In
Simply,
July.
Ebeko. You see, the fact is that a day price and air drag, 2. In fact, air 3. But the first one, you need control.
World market price.
World market price, you need control. Then you come to the levels of taxes.
Taxes.
Absolute control. Absolute.
Forex.
The Forex.
And also.
Obi. Inti,
That's the Forex. The Bank of Ghana, OMC is an arrangement. BDC is an arrangement.
Obi, my mention, Obi. My main departing 1 minute. Say, all coso allow it for individual importation. Right? BDC, ABR 20 BDCs. Obia kwa no the 1,000 metric ton aba. It's 20,000 metric ton now they buy. Our market in here is so fragmented. Obi enya a good ABR supplier, obenya ABR $5 discount. Say Prince enya supplier papa or no better no at market value. We so no yet lucky at $2 discount. Inti other na won kanin nyina mbomo. Tio. Centralize all that importation. So that instead of 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 10,000 and now 40,000 metric no. Yeah, the final arrangement at all the 40,000 as a country, this is what we need for the month. The major players, BP, Glencore, Vitor, 40,000. Mobile me a supply anything. BP says okay, because my volume no washroom, I can give you maybe $10 discount. Vitor might come and say, look, I need 20 mama because I have the economies of scale. I can supply. Another may come and even give you 50. You see, immediately nonka $2, $10 na. Aye boom.
Yeah.
And nonko you are getting a very good bargain because volume no is now concentrated. You are not in normal times where you allow the individual markets to dictate. Obi, so what me here where we are? Unim ne why? The supplier now auto one hono a single source.
Yeah.
Into what they a single entity ka. Obi, it doesn't end there. See the pressure no. Say 10 BDs are now 20 BDs is no more product no. So be hard in the supplier ka 10 million now. It ends up giving an artificial demand of $1 billion. Unim why? Because BDC one call here, and I importer one call here no. Bank of Ghana do 10 million, even $400,000 man, now 1 million amount. Until I can 90% are also call here open market. No, call to the commercial banks. Then it's me here, maybe 9 million. Allied, me here 9 million. GCB, I need 9 million. On also check where Obenya rate a year lower, or who can even deliver the 9 million maybe by tomorrow or next week. Into the one importer, only by 5 to 10 banks at discuss it. Look at the demand we're creating. The 5-10 banks are all looking for 10 million. No? So eventually, demand is 50 to 100 million for one. Into Oka. So almost 20 boom. OBHAC limited dollar now. The artificial demand now raises to at least 5-fold. Into $500 million now you hear monthly. And they import fuel no. The actual will be 500, but on the market you'll be demanding in excess of 2.5 billion. Because Obian also what market anymore. Black market dollar near limited. But look at the factors HAC dollar no.
And around the table with all the stakeholders, what shares our ideas we?
Obi, you see, me chere mu say you solutions are ewo ho and na wo pese wo to aso where you are baby out no wo so wo de wo mpusu baby a betina na betina ti yen ton the 13 na ye kwa na yakoti 15 pesos adanko dada adwe situation right na yenye ne sa it will go to 14 ebeko 15 ebeko 16 simply because you have refused to appreciate the problem now that we no into obi so what centralize we when you a uni supplier say Bank of Ghana 500 million, Bank of Ghana 100 the crown ma waka 400.
Yeah, that's true.
The 400, you know what you do with the banks? Instead of Prince Airco Bank A, Bank B, Bank C, Bank D, 10 banks, pay 10 million no. You the central source no. Offer 10 or 20 of the banks. I have a need of 400 million. I now be me Bank A0 or menya 20 million. Tio Bank B menya 40.
Okay.
Your rate yen ye betimi etua near. So bank na say $1 now on my well, you can set it in your vote because this is the oil market. Obi is centrally controlled. And say 400 million the demand on the market will not cascade or escalate to 600, 1 billion, 2 billion, 3 billion. Is this rocket science?
Messing about Duncan, Listowell, Nanapokwa be cancer. At least you've heard from a journalist what's a civil society player about. There's also a politician here, Listowell, Nanapokwa. But before I say Listowell, Ghana Police Service had a statement about where Police Public Affairs Directorate, almost a press release, June 27th, 2022, which is today. Police update: court determines time, route, and location for Arise Ghana's demonstration. The court, after considering the application by the police in respect of the intended demonstration by the Arise Ghana group and the affidavit in opposition, which was filed by lawyers of the group, has ruled as follows. A. The demonstrators are to converge at the Obra Sport Cycle and terminate the demonstration at the Independence Square. B. The demonstration is to commence at 8 a.m. and end at 4 p.m. C. A representative from the office of the president is to receive their petition, if any. D. The organizers of the demonstration are to ensure strict compliance with the Public Order Act. We have since contacted Arise Ghana and reiterated our commitment to provide the necessary protection for the demonstration in line with the court's ruling. They have in turn given the assurance that they would get back to us later today. We wish to assure the public that the police will continue to play its part to deepen our democratic practices. Signed, Grace Ansa Akrofi, Chief Superintendent of Police, Director, Public Affairs. Listen well. Mejidi say, my name say biya wate court ruling about police for the statement about moboju we so.
Obi ma menchia onchia menu anuma bigafo etiefo.
Omoje so.
Ade ba kwa medi yaw frinra area. Eye entra Ghana Police Service edi egu yen so abra yen nyina yemu ba kokure no ye obi a ummumra. It's never happened in the history of the Ghana Police Service. The pekua omo pese omo ye oyechre. Amo omo prior notice more than 27 days
Asempa FM
to the demonstration. It's never happened. Mostly it's about a week to demonstration or a few days to demonstration, as the law prescribes. Now, I was part of almost every one of the meetings.
Any
police for you.
Okay.
And when me who statement am who say police bet me dintro egu nipa so. Ama nipa onye bone ye beka so e di bone ni. Because meeting ya ko ye bie ni wono mo a ebe mu say ye recalcitrance. And I say ye nyenkofo asebi obetimi ni atokese. Agreement bie ni wa police ni ye ya. Na yen pese sebi ye beto their line. Obi ye di kan say ye pese ye no all night service or demonstration throughout the night. Police for my who say omuni akade on betimi dey say adwuma. Now it's a novelty And you catch them say, we know they are competent and they are able to do that. But omuchimwa say nya dia umbetimi aye. Na omufi say ebetimi ama kwanyama ye ho ada kwanyama the pabonfo betimi aye. Na say there be. And there is far from that because once they are present, we know say they are able to, they are capable. But a chinya could do say afi omuni akadia umbetimi dia ejuma. Akadia so there aban na was what the mom and your demonstrators. It's never seeing na yajitum say enya hwe. Yebe sesa yemre no. And ye call conclave and ye said there be a pussy for no ombebo ye ho ban no kra se omuni akade dia. Yentwe emre no emra yanim. Enti ye call ni omukotena ase ka se afi ye de beba no ndu anajo. Ansa na ye bedwen abra
mo de beba mo be shasie no ndu anajo.
Ye be shasie ye be wie no ndu.
Okay, no ndu anajo. Okay.
Make na enye aposifo afiangafo no empanifo pa at the top of hierarchy akukudam from dam pare bane the best and number 2 number 3 not up to number 7 and ani eni omo hia enunti yeni omo di izankomo no we say we are giving them a notice for about 27 days no bibia ni a moni ento kese na asebi yen kasa we can yes be ye pese atwen ma eko amampani for wa sanke yembo pozi amane wan no ekoye bone a okobo pozi amane se me koye bone anu ti ni aba mo na ase ani mo to kese enti at the point ye hu say posifo sesa wa adwen ye timo obi you don't have to go to consult somebody to come and tell us what your opinion is. That makes me have that strong feeling say they are being manipulated.
Police want a sorry free meeting.
No, they left. We left the meeting, which was already, resolved.
Okay.
We all had an agreement, and it was resolved on the routes, venue, time, where we will end the demonstration. Everything was discussed in the meeting. The police never raised any flag as regards the time, as regards the venue, as regards the route. So if you write a letter to indicate, say, yenimu ye meeting, no, yenimu anya agreement, you have lied on us, and that is perjury. For an officer to do that is perjury on their part. What must I say? None of us, and no say be oye hooligan. None of us. Obi opeso oye hooliganism no, obeba police ho. Obeye wie no abeche no. Ebi kura untimi so nche no. Oh, and I feel so strongly about this thing, say, acquaintance na ho. Now they should always remember, say, former IGP, Ono one didn't asem call court to. Afe we as a court to see what me yasem na ni call for na odi o maba court no kra hu. Emre ye ni nkaso. Posi atare esebi enye comfort atare adi social akwu. Wo be wro at some point. Onyo hene na wadimra kaso se emre mi di akaso akwu. Na ya say we have one of the youngest ever as the IGP. It has become almost like the office now quite propaganda tool for a government.
But since you see, I say, Okasa, would you be fair to the police? Because I'm on this statement they buy say, Omonemo agree on 10 p.m. No, they also proceeded to the appropriate forum, which is the court, and then the court needing the decision about.
I think, sir, the least I say about the courts, the better for all of us, because I think, sir, I have no trust in the judiciary. I have never.
Ghana's judiciary.
I don't have any trust, an iota of trust. I mean, the least I speak about the judiciary, the better for all of us.
Okay.
What I think we should do going forward. No one has got monopoly over wisdom or knowledge. None has got monopoly over neoma machinations. What I suggest, say, the best for all of us. If police would use their consciences and their integrity to be in service, as they have always said, service with integrity, So Because the more now more maho kwama ni penya a very bad perception about you, no. The worse your troubles in future. A bedroom maybe police can be obedient. A bedroom maybe unim say Obi and Romodia 70 Jano. People in their own office and almost shall say so more Sandy and one call for any yarding. Obi and you police in Uni your uncle for me a police for P. Et today the best of police as we moi will be intimate be a money and money who the echo. And that is funny. Just at the click of a button, you can get a lot of information from within. In fact, one of the key areas no if I post for now. If I post for now, market your sem. Or my name ya de sabi now then you to petrol ma post ni on to petrol.
Toby.
By the boy yadin on Toby. And now ko yi board me and say 10 cedis. The annual credit about 10 cedis oh. Ye teach me and sa. Post you only di.
Asempa FM.
He levy post in one count. And you know, it's about the Ghanaian. Regardless of which position, whether you post ni we so jani, whether we are conform we obia. In fact, our California but down for you account.
But from the police perspective, Sami Wahanti, the legal when they see or court, remember on no. But from the police perspective, no, they've been clear, say, or more decision to want to give you all the protection here for the demonstration, no. Omo clear on that. They also omo clear. The time. Mo person mo pon demonstration, no. And it's no omo nam so they call court. At least from a I think they've shown that good faith. So
it's full of bad faith. They are just being propagandists. Let me tell you what happened. The last time we met them, myself, Sammy, and 3 others met the director of operations. And we had agreed, say 10 no what mamma, up to 8. And Suarez or whatever, I think it's Suarez or Suraj should call in and tell us we are lying. We had a meeting with him last Wednesday. So if you lie like this to the public, you are making the integrity that you say you claim to have non-existent. Anyhow, and try na mudiagu yenso. Yenya mo boni, yenya mo she, but because of political interest in tino, one ma politician ama upose atare no, I had nothing. And I are useless.
This one, I'll come back to you and wrap up. Now the court the ruling about. And police for a issue statement based on court ruling. No, they almost can say a time for the demonstration. No, 8 a.m. Namapon 4 p.m. Monya namo lawyers ewo and they are the more file affidavit in opposition and all of that. Where do you go from here? Temo saying sisi abepacho.
Obi medase. Mame fanchi ama minua listo ne kwame menka. Omodikan akasa na menchia atiefo a etie wo afidi kesi so e chichi ne benchi nyina ye da obi biase de dikan me pese me kana mesi sudua se ochina oye kire kese a Arise Ghana ahihya yabo hu dawuru abo se ye beye no ochina no sa wo ye kire kese no ebeba so live and colored. Sa oyechire no ye be fiti ase official time for the commencement no te said ye di kan boga na fo nyina mane no 12 p.m. ewia ochina ewo Kwame Nkrumah Circle interchange
12 p.m.
e patro ai ni mum ye sre wono a waje atum se oyechire obebebi ene wono a omunya nyintum but ye sre won se wo mra bi nyina se Omon startem rantem na list ebebo no nkono eko no ndu anopa no na ye nyina ya start ba ho enti the official convergent timer ya catch police fo a ye ne omu nyina akọ benkrum ho no 12 p.m.
Okay.
But as organizers we are pleading with the general public to start arriving at Obra Sports by 9 a.m. So by 10 a.m. 11 a.m. kura na nipa nyina ba ebeye depa eno ne adia edika no
most starting time na mapon 4 no
ye pon 4 we fa
and a court ne se mon pon 4
Obi Ayampa and there a police for court. And here me menya from Nkrata me who be with social media because I've not been served with any process. But in Nkrata me who is social media chair say omu esamai Arise Ghana.
Yes.
Any Yenuya Penny Bernard Mona. Arise Ghana there, my check it with your members. Apart from Bernard Mona, will be anywhere wakache me say yes sama no man in Samankrata. Ti Yenuya Bernard Mona or yet second respondent. And na lawyer for the no mukupi more court. Ikuna nkasa de any nimpenyi for the were not there. Na yanyan entie say court say demonstration no ensha say no nwotwe anopa.
Yes.
Na yenwie demonstration no enwumre.
Enwumre no 9.
Yes. Enwumre no 9 na dedi kan ya da court wase. Say wamma ho kwan say demonstration no emraso na yenye demonstration. Ya da court ase papa because say we hwe de a police for a year last minute ya. Enye demonstration time na no muti akeke. Demonstration na no mpese bebaso.
Oh, you think so?
Oh, I'm going to explain that to you. Because almost that they share closing time, you know, to get public sympathy and support. But obi unim say ne police foku PM work out and upon 9. Having already issued a statement. Say asem no modi akọ court no. Court bet na so di ni no. Police for call ya, omoko ka kire judge ne say omo mpese court ni bedi asem ne nne. Na omo ma ho boa enya nso ye. Na Yenuya Bernard Mona ni nyia no na wode aba no affidavit in opposition and answer to omo motion na wode aba no. Ensem bi wo mu a court ne ma omo mmere na omo nkodwen ho na omo fa ho nyia no mmra. Nti ene de ma court ni ni asem no. Anopa wo na police for kokasa asem no. Nshanka nyame se ye de so man serve ye nti komo kwa koye no on a blind side. Ma nshanka nyame se na Yenuya Bernard Mona ne na lawyer for. Na a lawyer for no led by Yenuya Edugita Makluk. I said there be demonstration here ye ka ho asem ye ochina na ya hyehye se beba so. Mo so kra na mo de ya ba court. Nti ye nka asem no na court muwa. Na se ye hu bebi ya ne aye den ne aye. A police force said that. Ti dey kan court no ma order say we dey oni a police for nyadwe. Inti asem no be di ne because the court any asem ne net say na police for ne pena and got demonstration on beka say demonstration ni dates and any location wo court ye ni nwie nti untimi nye so what you say untimi nye. That is the game plan on the court. So they lost that first application and the judge actually gave a ruling on that and said I will hear the substantive case today. Inti utie mi a we yenkunimdie ema Rise Ghana ne Ghana fo nyina Asempa demonstration yewura IGP dampare ne nimpanyufo ye se ombesi ano kwan no nemo omo sheda de ko share closing time no court say demonstration no ebe baso the court ne kan ya ye ne court nya adwe ne se enyema mienu demonstration yen start anopa no nwotwe ne yempo enwumre no 9 aveso demonstration yen van free circle enkofa TUC Farisku ne yemfa ko wi Independence Square.
Yes.
Minua me ba wiase mu ha mimi hu da court affix time and route for a demonstration mimi hu bi da.
So there is a first time to everything.
Oh massa, on the basis of what law? And no more court to say the judge, and I mean no disrespect to her, but the judge kept on saying say through terrorism attacks. Let me tell you something. Yeah, you're ready. You're courts. The Arise Ghana. Yeah, you mu court order so. Na mremu no se court ka asem na ne court nyadwen a ye wo de wose we. Court ama order. Koye demonstration 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. kofa kwan we so. Only court nyadwen a oko appeal.
You go for an appeal.
To ko appeal. Na won pese sa order na court na ma no ebe fiti ase aye adwuma ebe ye enforcer
we stay
no apply for stay of execution masa na law you nya nwie kura no wa bensa no bi wa ben papa we apply for stay of execution to be me note here. I can break the news on Asempa 94.7 that lawyers for Inuya Bernard Mona are filing a notice of appeal of that order of the High Court. The problem being with the time frame of the demonstration and the route of the demonstration. And they apply for stay of execution. Maybe me check here, no. I was told when me free, I may confirm, but I was told say the police has been duly served. And where there, the police if was say on court.
And with this move from Arise Ghana, no, what does it mean? Say if we apply for a notice of appeal and a modest stay of execution account, there is a whole argument around say Obi apply for stay of execution. Does it kick in immediately? And as I was a court net so a grant answer. Can the court do that tomorrow to allow you to go ahead and answer to saying, Sammy?
Say court never that Obi
absolutely
stay of execution, yes. No? Any notice of appeal.
Na
ye de ye say of mbrane say court ye order na o appeal. Na pending the appeal, apply for stay of execution. The chairman say court on fat tabo to sa order no so. Kopem si be di appeal na wi a. And the next say order na nye adwuma. Kopem say appeal na be di wi. Because order na adwuma ni appeal ni useless.
That's true.
Order na adwuma appeal ni useless. Nti ye yenti ase aye won say.
You are saying
with the processes I final
execution.
Nyame na make that is the law.
Me say won ti ase ne say.
Yes.
Stay of execution ni adwuma automatically once it's filed.
Under the circumstances, what we are seeking to stay, no, if that order is not still, then the appeal we have filed is useless. What the point that make sure? So under the circumstances, a lawyer for normal files our processes and the based on the application for stay of execution I have filing. That order court no man with regards to route of demonstration and the time for the has been arrested. It's a demonstration
Ebebaso on which route and at what time?
What the hear me pa say or more mobile demonstration be drew one temamae. The akano will be organization ye bibia na kana bonten. The akano ochina ye nyina ye bi hu. Ye de we are law abiding and ye pese ye exercise ye inalienable constitutionally guaranteed rights to demonstrate. Constitution no e de sama nipa da sani bia o gifri nipa ne say say de wakunu eno nti na protocol say me say inalienable. A human being cannot exist without that right,
without those rights.
What the major na say eno nti ehu hia se bi ye ka say be ye kire so ne amfa mra nhye yensa nsori ankwanko ye de epe e mra ne say Public Order Act no section 1 ne say nka person wo yi dwumedie bi te say ye kire enka at least police for at least 5 days notice. But the year person police for enya ample notice. No mutimi boa omo ho yie no mo bebo ban na bibia ya sumdwe bibia ya jojo ntino ye ma omo 20 days notice. If it is any demonstration and ya sheshe ke ye be no 21st June 1st June 20 days ahead and ye ma omo notice. Ye ma omo notice and ye say demonstration ye be no 2 days continuous, no break, 48 hours non-stop. And Greater Accra Police Command say omompene adanya omuntimi provide here with security. And number 2, a kwanya yesi ebe fa so no so omo so monti ase. And ye catch omo say Public Order Act no ese ye ko demonstration ye me bomba mane no. Ese se ye bo wa mane a enyema me nupe na obetumi aye. Ubetumi aka say demonstration no ye ntu nheda. Ana say baby I see a location yensesa no demonstration yensesa no na no no kwa ubetumi aka only if or reasonable grounds say or ye kire ne ye ya anasa adwumadi ne ye dia e de oye ne basa violence ebeba South here say and I undermine public order, public safety or the running of essential services. That is what the law says. But say the duration of demonstration the emre anywhere ma police kwai. So to me limited. Even the court is not giving the powers to limit the duration of a demonstration. Check section 16 and 17 of the Public Order Act.
Yeah, but the police is going to court and said, say, mo 10 p.m. and mo pesa mo end, they cannot
me patch me ba the grounds are able to me they are rejected application be an notice before demonstration. It's not that you can provide security or not. It is that you have a problem with the location or the date. So postpone it if it is the date that you have a problem with, or if it is the location, relocate it, but give reasonable grounds. But on to me, say police to make us a demonstration 8 na pon 4 a debi beba on make bit me aka say demonstration for only 10 minutes. And 5 minutes. And 30 minutes. The constitution has not given them that discretion or power. And the Public Order Act gives them no such power. Not even the court, in my humble opinion, and per my understanding of the law. Ubisa what I say. In Jamaica, say, raising Bentin, I must say, Mompene. Capriciously and whimsically, we can't provide you for security, so cancel your demonstration. And not the unfair Yajuma. Untimi Kase Chenchina demonstration, Yankoyano, traditional route. Why the phrase route, no traditional route? Raising Bentin, I will say a free circle near ring road. Trotro nipa faso de bia, hawkers faso de bia. Any security zone, ya faso kwa akweje ko Jubilee House. These are areas plied by the public on a daily basis. Dear intina was say road on ya faso ye demonstration at the Ntokwabe Bagana. Because that road near the demonstration ya nyene. Inti muma ya reason. Inti mo inti my ya the demonstration ye be. Ana impenyi 4 pa wo police mu national ebel
Asempa FM
omuti abadwoku be ni yehia say ye asem na free region ti bomra ne enka ye koy omo so the same thing no moka ene ye say ye kodwen ho ye say omo ma ye mra ne enkodwen ho nti first meeting was Edwoda second meeting wo kuda ye kodwen ho ene ye nyina ye koy me na me wo hobi ye koy eno mbisa me na me kasai na me se munim ye ne mo nya adwen because mra no mma bosa kwan no but yem pen to kwa yem pese be yes ye ni police tweda awre nti wo de yate mo se demonstration no ma ye nye no ento aso 2 days yate ye be ye first day ewia 12 ekosi enwumre 10 second day ewia 12 ekosi enwumre 5 na ye wie demonstration nti mo mra mo be boy ho ban na bibi anya asomdwe no mo da ya se oh ya ade pa na sa ko preaching no ene be boa ama police ne citizens ayonko fa no edimu.
Police wanted down on 10 p.m. now.
Yes, for the compromise not to do that non-stop because that was the main bone of contention at the time. So mo die as we no. No mo say oh na mo 10 year mo say mo be point. Nka mo to mean starting 10 kakra na mo pon before 10.
FM.
Honey dey anti as say ade ye hia e pa ye pese ye all night demonstration na ban ne hu say ye ni abere ye ho kire yen. Because the problem na wo come no should determine the way you demonstrate. And we are not in ordinary times. So you cannot tell us to do a normal demonstration. It won't send that signal that we want to send to the government. And they are not the NTS. No more man cheso, no more se monko. Ni yaka say mama ya say a date. Yes, we are kwa ye advert, ni nipa kwa kasa in the communities. Ya engage a driver for fishermen. Omu nyine ba nti ebe ene den. Omo say okay, ebe mama mmere. Omo ka say okay. Ne ye ka say arise Ghana ye ka say okay, sa na tie dia. Demonstration no you be postpone for 1 week and no be ma ye mmere am ye de akobo ye nkrofo ama ne say date na sesa because obi to organize programs like this is not easy. So date ne sesa pe one we ye be say program ni nyina nti ye be ye 1 week and then ma demonstration free 21st and 22nd about 28th and 29th no na ebe no so be boa mo police am mo nya more time e dey prepare e dey amaye no mo see you any monko na new changes mo fa nto paper so fa mre ne ye ko ye sada na and ye de letter ne kokoma omo no see you mate ya nti omo kan till about 5-6 this time and no mo three letter ebre obi me pese me kan sa letter no na amanfo ehu how dishonest, how mischievous the police has been on this matter. Obi dedi kan just a second. Okay, good. Into your trail letter no come out mo. Now ya amend a notice 8th June. Then the police Obi, I'll find a letter for you.
Okay.
The police wrote back to us. And omokache and say omodayase say yani omako pretty na nsem omodi ato yani mu nyina so ne ayeden yetie na the how omo kakra ne say your time na ye see the be demonstration 10 p.m. on the first day. Second day, ni kura de oman kan wasem 12 to 5. Oman kan wasem bia. But time na ye see the be demonstration second day no.
Asempa FM
10 p.m. ne de. Because sumba ni paboni fo bit me di boni. Na terrorism attacks bi so kokoko so nti terrorist attack bit me si. Nti ka omo sere yen. Enka yenye pon demonstration before 9 force. There's ansana ade be den. Ebesa. Good. Now letter ni new 13 June 2000 why am letter ni 8 June. Omo my reply with 13 June 5 days after. Omo say amendment of notice of demonstration. We acknowledge receipt of your letter dated 8 June 2022 on the above subject matter and wish to thank you for your cooperation so far towards the organization of your intended demonstration. This kind of cooperation is necessary to foster stronger relations between the Ghana Police Service and the public we serve as we continue to deepen our democratic credentials as a country. We have, however, observed your proposal that on day one of the demonstration, you hope to start from 3 p.m. and end at 10 p.m. From the security perspective, we are of the view that allowing the activities of your demonstration to go into the night, where we will be under the mercy of the cover of darkness, could have serious security implications in the light of the national security alert on possible terrorist threats. We therefore wish to urge you to start a lot earlier than 3 p.m. so that you can end before so that you can end before night falls. Night falls. Before night falls, yeah, time 6 p.m.
Yes.
Adia Ghana, Adia some free time after 6 p.m. Before 9 falls. So they want us to end the demonstration before 9. That is by 6 p.m.
Yes.
Good. Then this way the police will be able to provide adequate security and ensure the safety and security of all demonstrators as well as the general public. We must once again reiterate that we appreciate your cooperation in our previous engagements and look forward to providing you the needed protection during the demonstration. We count on your usual cooperation. Realize that they never spoke about routes
in this letter. By this letter, before this letter, no more agree on routes.
Because yet say 48 hours non-stop. No much say your route. They never raised an issue about
and
routes.
The routes no included you
day one circle of ring road
to Jubilee House.
To Jubilee House. And almost a problem in this letter, they say, Yabepon 10 no, almost say, Yempon before Adiabesa. That is before 6 p.m. Meaning 5, they were cool with everything. This is their letter. They never spoke about location. In the end, that time we were on the field, so we were busy. So it took us some time to reply. 22nd June, and you come ma or a letter. Na letter no. The account woman no so meka ya kire and say the omo aka no yate ye ne omo ya adwen enya say the omo ka do to asumu be ye mpese ye ne police for benya da rare na ntokwa bia and until demonstration no ye be pon first day no before 10 p.m. So second day ni dey say be pon 5 almost omo ye okay until 10 p.m. na wo pro ye be pon before 10 until ye share your last meeting na you decide sad na director of operations me ne kasai is like a senior brother, very professional policeman. Na yeme ya passe what disappoint you see. Her friend was a memo run here. Me kwa na me friend na me say ya letter ya de bre no say na ya call ye na meeting na list wo mu nyina beka ho. And say oh mu letter ya ba mu delay ya dodo ti ye kra ke ya ma mu letter senke ye kokota ko stop nti we aba na ye. Na say mo ka 10 na ye ka before 9 for which is 6 there. And then we should be looking at the median in Finfin. Na yenya compromise. Na yese time but the 8 p.m. na opa no problem fa. Demonstration no yenya na nadwo. Obi tie me. Yeti krom wana mahamati akomya so dum so bae no. Yenya celebrities led by MPP Mpenyufo. Emo mo ye demonstration enwumre kosi anadwo.
Eno na MPP Mpenyufo nkan celebrities na.
O tie Yvonne Semo ne Vanveka mo.
Yate
etiefo njaje. But omo ye demonstration anadwo. Ka che Dominic so ma me time kakra bi. Omo ye demonstration no anadwo. Problem bi anya den amma. Obi utie me. Ana
Asempa FM.
Ye die yen ka se ye na anadwo. Yes, ye best at 12 a year. Ye be move 3 a year. I don't think you're quite sir, because they be a demonstration or pa. Ghana for be bromo person over no to be ma. Into where you come abu one way, come on, my near some driver for cada for fishermen, obiase massa, and a Ghana yede. Some are nopa, keep fit demonstration in there. Ye quite ma. Mama yanko to ade kakra. At least me could be a stock run to be kakra a year, me to me aba. Abaju me ni kra na private sector work kakra. After trade, you bet me aba. So we want to afford all citizens the opportunity to participate. Into yes at 12, ye be move 3. Yen nante so nche, yen nante be 30 minutes. Circle to Jubilee House.
Ring road to Jubilee House.
Exactly. It by 3:34, aye deswa near Jubilee House. And also suye daytime at the sign. Na the Ebema demonstration na kwa na joka krebi ni se arise Ghana na yeku kese. Political parties be edu and join GUM, APC, PPP, MPP, NDC. Ye doso. And civil society organizations be enwotwe. Driver for Kahubi. Sa group si nyina ebure duasa. Nti ye catch police for ne say ye be makasa ne kwa yintiatia. Because demonstration be aro ye dura. Say demonstration ne say obama ni paka omo haw.
And it will be abekasa 10
minutes kra. You are going between 3 hours to 4 hours. Nti ye be do oba 3:34 no. Acha 7:30. Enya sa analyst work. Nti by 8 obi ani ho. Yeah. Sa main road no ye fast to the Jubilee House anymore okay and Kenya wo be ya so the Kenya beba
the air called Christ the King.
Yes, Christ the King traffic light. In fact the letter talks about Christ the King traffic light. Among of you say you see ye call Jubilee House ye call Jubilee House no Christ and also the obi me kra my demonstration call up present petition I also West Wogon under mine we are under John Mahama ye nuanom occupy Ghana for mo ko Africa side wo nyina ko ye interviews. After police for say parliament in the day am say mo be ko second day ni any problem betimi akọ ministries in the betimi akọ but Jubilee House in the
Jubilee House is
security zone one e be so mo say na parliament house a security zone and na security zone mo educate ye mo na mo ya police for after police for ni titi omuti
we police for be asem na okay na kwa mo na wo
COP Yohunu I respect him
Yohunu yes
a police for penny for the top hierarchy. O director of operations Christian Awuni mebo ananidi ne yesen Awini some penny for ni na
Asempa FM
ese mo won kan che me na me bisa question is parliament a security zone no mutitio they couldn't answer is ministries a security zone na me see you see these are all security zones but nansia mo de anima me yakọ demonstration for parliament mo se second day betimi akọ parliament instead international Jubilee as you to be nko. Now me say the word security zone in Chile and they say any say you ma trot for Jubilee House anymore because it's a security zone.
No, but I said trot people are not you cannot compare the two. I mean,
yes, but
people are converging at a place. It's not like trot.
No, but security zone doesn't mean people cannot converge there. What it means is that at all times there is security is on high alert because of the importance of the activities or the personalities there. But even White House or even state all across the world, people gather in front of seat of governments, parliament house and all that, which are security zones. Now, Mrabena Ghana has a security zone and peaceful demonstration under police protection. And almost say, and then the more accepting routes, you know. Na Yabao office, when you agreement say 8, then you go to court to say, wow, suggest a chair across 6. Now later they call 8. They say they are 3. Oko ya so house application the crane me move court to sheda na ya ho boanson ye. Because you don't want the demonstration to come on. Why? Because unseen political hands are controlling you. It's a shame. And what you there? Ye almost am ye be o man serve ye nua Bernard Mona no ma serve no. Wako court to see demonstration in Mraso. To say no wotwe to anwumre no 9. Ye say hono ye ne court nya adwen. Emrano the emrano chere say as law abiding citizens. The was here ye say yenko piso me wane nya appeal. Ni anya stay of execution. Ya stay of execution ya appeal serve police. It is a police ye IGP dampare. O chan ye bi hu say ojemre dia na onimre ni. O chan ye bi hu so bu court ana wo mu court. Because he has been served.
Bottom line, ya me adoma ochana.
Baso life and color.
Said ye waka no a man for starting converging by 9, 12 more move.
Yankasi move 12.
So
The official convergent time is 12. But we will appreciate it. Wow, what Brantem, because the Infitiasiano Crown, there will be a lot of activities there.
Okay.
And we will give the ordinary protesters the opportunity to speak. Into Brantem, what they say the whole day at the end of the not the following day, Yatwaso.
Into Ochnano, so Omo Bantem, na 2-3 ni move. You still converge in front of the Jubilee House.
Me see you do say on say to be an me communicator and then me organizer as organizer nye me bia na
and I'll be to me.
But from the explanation I'm giving you and the court processes we have filed, what do you think the law should allow tomorrow?
In the court this munko we Independence Square no it's not happening.
Me say we have stayed that order, so order na enye adwuma na me de make catch to nyina na me nua danka na mo a Dominic amane kwan se o mekasa kakra no
Duncan wakasa dada
o Duncan akasa wie oh fantastic
after Prince
oh good
yeah
now the make catch to nyina ni
yes
demonstration way is about Ghana. It's not about any political party.
Okay.
Yes say fan no ebo no ekuye aban to me kura bola tax, special petroleum tax, price stabilization and recovery levy. Only free ho ebema oman for one high kakra because ye bre petrol cost nti ama bibia bo aye den kromo aye she ma me wa e levy eye krono enya to eni na Ghana for so muntua no on na buy na 600 million by this time say wenya only 54 million. Ghanaians have boycotted it. It's almost gumu adwuma no amanfo no aduane ebo omo aban ni nyimfiri ho na won pe kwan fo papa so a obetumi dia raise sika.
Okay.
Yes say COVID-19 sika na o media ya ne basa no a o parliamentary candidate say ye cheche ma o 1 billion o fanya campaign no Ghana sika ye nyusu ni sa over 30 billion cedis o mu hu akonta. Yes say Ghana ejapade ye gudi ye hye fom a o person mu yusu the obnoxious ajapa deal at the fan of a ball. Any achemotansa, sending a buying sass yahodoa, a buy moon penny for fumuno. Omo basso mo be sum, or my muscle will be your my japade, and into yam peneso. Waiting ye or yachreno. Tisa we in DC, Nisa we MPP, Nisa we CPP, so we are Ghana in Quandia. Say, what you na yaman kuye mau. Now we pensa, we are your campaign, ye campaign time beba. And your regime change in the yepe and that time the beba. Yes, ya buy no. And set it up. Now onye ni ye because ye ni ye obi hu betono Jackson hu betono Sami Jenfu hu betono Listo wala ye MPP ni hu be den e betono na meda ye papa Dr. Nyawonya Hutamakula wochena watu ye nkra se oba bebo ye chidom founding and leading member of the MPP and then penyifo te se Dr. Rekubo be Dr. Richard na nemo a omatuyefo ahye yonkran se omodi oma be ye biko edu ye mabuno ne so. It is time to arise. This demonstration will be peaceful. Ebeba on as planned. Okay. And it's yesterday, IGP Dampare, respect the court processes you have been served and allow the people to vent their frustrations. After all, a police for see a tipe to swa mubenya so mfaso.
Mate, medase. This way, what also a MPP ni.
Na who landlord we work for tenant aba we jai ni fiama tenant da. That's MPP. And you see, there is this thing that I've also realized about, say, party politics. Party politics in China, or party nyadi papa menka. And no be a yadia essay party any munyama. Only the first person, yes, audition akwa. And untino, maybe I have always been at them because they are destroying the party. And yet we near can say, Obi any President Kufo, Obi any gentle giant. And your President Kufo and Kufo only by campaign message. Why in the bit mania campaign message we kufa da memo we ho alamba onya bi ba umia ba onya bi ombesa kofa kofo de na so yes obi ni bi
na so free SHS akofo
free SHS no the product no and e be kire say e papa
ana say nye papa
and the lectures no mo chen kola na de omo say myself kura na e den ma mo enkwala na omo university say no omo say myself grammar obi I mean, just call the lecturers. Oh, they say you have all the platforms. Call them to that task. And you just realize that it's not just about lip servicing. What must I say? It's about the quality. And then at the end, the deficit in that sector no, was building or structures. The structures are still there. There were no pay free SHS, no one who see dying. What pay free SHS who see dying. And then you school and I say school when say. So it's about governance. And it's about management of resources, whether scarce or whether they are inbound. Okay. It's about management. And you know, party in there. Say, be na say Dr. Nani or a party ba or way.
Dr. Nani.
Or a party ba.
So Kumase.
I know way. And tell us from the idiot if you.
Listen, my man. You ever see it in Comobio? You go see essentially high Asempa 94.7 FM. We are ending this phase. We'll be talking to the Honorable Information Minister, Kojo Opon Nkrumah, as we assess the impact of abiding economic measures we're putting in place to deal with the current economic crisis. You go see essentially high Asempa FM. Yeah, Basisia.
Ana waka na bomb pluma no patu tutu isa.
Ayame chantuku di papi Joe. Bra, ada na okas na anya accident na elini access enu gufi abasasa.
Sika seminti.
Oh brother, wonte amaje fonka. Omo toka anya accident. Ka se, ka kopema mo a watinka enimu biom no. Wo frɛ omo a, omo ba beto ka no de akọ omo shop. No masiesie na kama edi ama. Wo pese wo ton wo ka. Say registered and unregistered. Fabra na omo beton ama. Omo di asesa a ye friend no car swapping. Omo siesie air condition and installation. Wo pese wo pempe wo car.
Ebe chantuku, wo no bro for sem.
Ane, pentwala pe ahoma le call. One na open na cars na aka. Se ka na pe mama na chia bedu na nim kra. Tuntum mirika na frɛ amaje. Na mo ba beton no sisi a. Afenso wonim. Omo ton sase a no boda form. Enti ope osi adan papa. Frɛ amaje automobile and real estate company. Ope omachiri akwan a. Omo wo White Cross Goil filling station. Weja Kaswa Kwantempon no so. Wo telephone number 0599 022 441 ana 0599 080 898.
Alande, me say Alande.
Adepen Alande.
Gonna pay Alande.
Hey, finally, Gonna pay Alande.
Do more your way on Ghana Pay. Send and receive money at zero transaction fees. Pay bills, buy airtime and data. Transfer money in and out of your bank account and so much more with Ghana Pay. Dial *707# to register for Ghana Pay or download the Ghana Pay app from the Play Store or App Store.
Alande. Gonna pay Alande.
Ghana Pay. Your money, your way.
This service is powered by Gibbs.
Sweet darling.
My beautiful baby.
Hepa Plus mixture ya ebusinya num ebusinya immune system. Abusumi pinio bia nya ready. Tia siemedo.
Tie Hepa Plus mixture enya adwuma ebeye no nipadua ni mo no afa kura na ebeye nwanwa mo aduro ye ma ye general well-being ebusua pomden ho hia me yie esene bibia ebusua wota nom Hepa Plus mixture no won sesika hospitals wo save e de ade foforo entime ma no mpafie ha
she wo ye Hepa Plus husband
radio fa Hepa Plus husband enya won so beye Hepa Plus wife na bɔ no Hepa Plus mixture apen for abato mo manufuo ne nkwada ni fie dumienu ka ho pharmacies chemical
Asempa FM
0542 778 572 and 0549 29.
Freshman capsules. One memon pomudin. Fresh cool capsules. Yema kuku.
Fresh lady capsules. One ma omutia or mufichukum.
Name or pinful or buy one more menu for now for that when you feed me new come home. 0243 559 319.
FD associate Jadi and cry to him what to me say a year.
Fresh products. #Bobra.
Eden kakra mi si na companies mi no bia ma me different estimate hena de kra na memfa
enye won ko minua na no awuku fra mi a wo so obi de hie me se me kɔbɔ me dan so o me estimate mfa ma me a eno na niema o ka se me ntoto antumi amodan so anwi a we no adwe okopɛ sika foforo ena wo san de aba betoa so se wahala we nti ena mini Heinz fit nwa agro no efise Heinz eye estimate edi mawo e so pepepe we enya de obi bekofro dan no the measurement would to home Heinz feet edi drone ankasa and be foul dan so na fe the estimate ni nyina obenya mfa so ha mo bu pe due no empo so wo ye fiewura ana company bi mo dan ba bi liki Heinz feet edi infrared technology e be hwe ba bi eliki no na wasa no ntem je wo Kumase Accra enatema 0249 791 065 0249 791 065. Heinz Feet, we are equipped with all roofing possibilities.
Franco Trading Enterprise still phone Papa Fie, Samsung near, Nokia near, iPhone near, say our printers, mobile phone, accessories. Franco Trading Enterprise, our no TV, I had this satellite, any ultra panels, Abomuma
Facebook, Sauko Franco Trading Enterprise page. Nasa likes number 100,000. Ayoma, Edu Munija, Samsung www.francotrading.com. Aye Franco Trading, Instagram, aye at Franco Trading. Nani Papa de Fuadosunti, Franco, Eddie Momo pay code. 189480.
Your branches on the Bebre Wagana baby, Nemum, head office on the Twaya Dabraka, opposite Roxy Cinema.
Tema, Franco Community 1, Waterworks Nedianim here. Cycle, opposite Odor Rise. Madina, 100 meters away from the police station. Kaswa, Franco, opposite Kaswa Polyclinic.
And now for your number, 0246 422 338 and 0546 133 188. Franco Trading Enterprise. Still, phone Papa Fie. And you're not going.
Hey! I was Jadier. Ujafo, and the car engine. A woo, ya a sewer draw so a fitting shop wood.
Ah, bra, and only a camphor seahorse enjoy man, no or gear and any channel. Yes, yeah. Bra, mina masamlu akrabato. Ah, yakasa. Se seahorse engine oil no. And no special additive. I over engine. E manager.
The June Horns.
Na via de akra. And me ne, e ka be fie na me fa.
The whole world open quality engine oil, seahorse, and a wash. Say private cars, taxis, commercial, and heavy duty trucks.
And no me camphor seahorse 15W40 and 20W50. I'm a drivers any car na phone nyina.
Afe motorbike, aboboya, and a pragia phone. Mumu dear de muhia a seahorse special 40 and no and riders and mechanics. It was a use you.
Unia no queer woman say seahorse product and a papa and a bonsu a waffle. Semi from fear a free nacro. Seahorse engine I am quan a begumika engine mo.
And yet for seahorse for 0244 577 559 and 0240 800 007. Seahorse products.
And noir.
Ohima, Afidia, many church review.
I think when you see Kapudu Biana.
Share, Bell Chillin, win promo. Madame Bell Cola, Puka, and a Tamarinda at Chillino. Let me cruise you on my Kia Picanto and Monochao.
Ah, Sassing.
Bell Beverages say, Abribia Roberto, favorite Bell Beverages, Squeeze, Bell Aqua Active, Big Boss, Bell Breeze, Bell Malt, and the Kekaho. He washes so the entire Honobay at 20. Fashion envelope move for DNO contact Kaho. Nafako Bell Beverages Depot, and our distributors are more memoir Fanabe Pia. And no one, now customers are entries Dawson, won't be a Chedia Bebre, Ebony TV, fridge, a demon Yama Bebre, shopping vouchers, Bell Product Hamper, and the price gets Siena Gasa a Kia Picanto, our Bell Chill and win promotion emu.
Hey, and your Bell Beverages here, dear boss.
For 0544 335 800 and 0544 335 900. Najahum YP and the social media at Bell Beverages. I think so. Bell Beverages. I will Jumia Ghana so. FDA Ajigredia Kratoi Atom.
Hey driver, you need a break. Option as any so for esi kama esi ya.
Ati sa peka from my.
Mesra mo munya botre ma menka wo. E bi e beje so.
Ah, ya nya botre say.
O bua kra. You need on time.
Hey, Atungo. What's up? Oja, me battery nye. E na oil no so. Oil no so aye dey. Irata Motors Aquafa Speed Mate batteries. All sizes for all vehicles. And Speed Mate oil. Wonti, and wa beje person afo kwam. Amom duoduo wa. Wonim gu asese. Speed Mate oil no. E fully synthetic.
E wonia for Speed Mate battery mami na me from Comrade Sesia. We are straight to Irata Motors. No copper Speed Mate battery and oil ni nyina.
And ye Irata Motors. And the accredited agents ni nyina. Ubenya bi from 0264 445 268 and 0263 136 700.
Hey, it's me pan and me kita mi amike. EcoBank, me damase.
Shy, cow than you.
Osei EcoBank, ye cruising.
Bonsu bet me cruise wo wan kasa ukebo. Esani EcoBank Auto Finance Package nti. Koyen cardless ahudu PI no onye adwuma bebia. Ye ka eda wakoma so. Say ye new car, say ye second hand. Ehwa ye mouse special discounts. EcoBank sa den hihye pa be boa wo etua ka no kanyina. Ye mouse interest rate ani boa from cry. Ebe brim weni so. Oh, so when your accounts work bank money how cry. Sa kwenye ye da homo bia. Enti enso sa ka no ho da ekeke. Abebu awie. Fret toll free 0800 003 225. Anasa ko EcoBank nkrabata bebia nebusa EcoBank Auto Finance Package. Eshisha kakra wo ho. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Hey, you're the up and coming landlord. Who died yes where you?
Kwame, I don't mean you. Aka roofing and a ceiling. Na me contract anon so say. Me feni na enko dan rocksters. Wonso wo kromo pan. Wo dwen ho sen.
The contract and won nimnia ko. Ghana had here a ban of quality metal trusses, roofing sheet, plasterboard, and a POP ceiling there. Aye rocksters. En fie be brain in a rocksters. Adi roofing sheet papa and who akade asum Ghana for.
Enka ye say ya no mu die nso ebo.
Enia du fudi achi na nkotwa de bon ne Sunda 0544 338041. Say metal trusses, roofing sheet, plasterboard, and a POP cylinder. Free rocksters, now one chawuntum.
Asempa, Upa Asempentia. Tune radio pa odem 94.7 Asempa FM. Oh yeah, del papa. Asempa FM. Everywhere you are. Asempa FM. Everywhere you go. Asempa, hey. Asempa, hey. All talk all day.
94.7 Asempa FM. All talk all day. Ekosi saying Jumedi no asugusu awutie no. Yada mo nyina asese matwen ye mayako aba. Earlier mobeka ene Listowell. And some of the members of Arise Ghana din komo. Now Listowell insisted say he's still a member of the NPP. Chairman Omare Wadie Eduweabo said Listowell left the NPP and formed a new political party of which he was the general secretary. Ghana's law does not allow an individual to belong to more than one political party. Tell him, Chairman Omare Wadie and Onodiwe Abba. And Krobia Santia, the office of the vice president, also sent a similar one. Osei he is not an MPP member. And he says, Okoko for me another party, New Labour Party, NLP, in Yemano. Yekasei, the Honorable Kojo Opon Nkrumah, Information Minister of the Republic, MP of Wasia Yerebi constituency, is here with us. Honorable Boko there.
Maybe a general one bit make us say Boko. Good afternoon.
Afternoon. Me just on where?
Nyame adum now so.
Adum ya the crying.
Me hu na che.
Enye easy. Of Wasia Yerebi Boko.
Nyame adum. Nyame
Information Ministry in so.
And so Boko yeguso.
And they your friend who buy and your bonnet, of course, when him say Emra, a woman, Emra, Ghana for Bibrina, a case, a hutre, a woho, or mine emu ayadane. Minim say a bamum pennyphobia say one so. More formal would agree with largely the Ghana for Bibrina, a case, or mine emu ayadane. And Che and himself bind the new maybe Igua claim after some meeting be war Pediase.
Yeah, it's a match, baby.
Yes, maybe rolling out policies be recently. Finance Minister and so engagement be in Sembe na etutuja. I was saying, are they working a year, Juma?
Erika, my mincha with Tifo.
How much also?
Me who said I'm a kind Union no me Juma, and say a dear Naka Krabi. Now, I mean, now I say, Akonya, Odiama, Otun Safrem, say, we are running ni Nkomo Kakra. Eso ko hu se nkofo mi no kun na wie ya de also bisa ne se no anwumre de ne si nti ma me fa wonko echi kakra mpapa kwa me nkoma be ka sa asem no ne kofa bai ma me fa wonko echi kakra be ye 2017 ba be 2019 na bai foforo na abeje benu akonwa no na danko akufado ne MPP aban na sabre ne bae no na edikan oman no akohumasika na aban no ede eye adwuma na ne ho akire ne pa nti sabre no aban no International Monetary Fund ekoje their friend no bailout. I think it was about $1 billion over 3 years. $1 billion over 3 years. So obehwe na aban na kohumasika no de sisi ni ye. Ansana omaini muankasa sikasem ni mpuntuo the friend of economic development na nkasa na no so atofom to hwa na mpuntuo so ate 3 point something %. Ne mabo se na ekosoro ana bibia nhye dan si wo wiase afa na nyina yankasa na ye hwe niema so nti be 2017 ba 2019 MPP aban ebefi ase no obehwe dikan aban na kohoma sika sem no ye bo modern say CC ne ye fund program ni mu and jami adum yetumi CC fund program ni mu ansa no man nankasa mu broader economy real sector development no yɛde nneɛma ahodoɔ gu akwan mu a ɛma mpagya ne mpuntu fi aseɛ baa nti akuayo na ɛpagya mfididwuma na ɛpagya asomfoɔ adwuma services na ɛpagya na yɛde kɔ yɛnim nti wohwɛ deɛ obrani frɛ no growth a na sisi yɛfi saa bɛyɛ ɔha nkyekyɛ mu mmiɛnsa na bɛdu sɛ average bɛyɛ 5 average bɛyɛ 7% over saa 3 years no ɛna 2019 December hɔ no yɛsɛ COVID-19 ɛbaa nti 2020 in fact 2020 saa bere obekaya na sabi untumi kura nam krum na soja for ni police for nam krum bi antena fie untumi se wona oton akutu kura untumi nkoton akutu nya bibi nti ya mai mpuntu edi kan ebo form 2020 o mine mpuntu bo form a ni sunsun so woni se sesebi aban sika de if your mine mpuntu mu na aban benya kakra ti o mine mpuntu bo form a o mine sika sem eden esan bo form bio nti wo hwe 2020 na the fiscal outturns, income, expenditure, debt, no, baby, Jana and Yefe. Science or mining punto nankasa to form a science, say, Ubi nkono bi mampo. Naska creo no, ya di tunro, ya di yewe, ya di sayare, ya di NTV, ya to form. 2021, any same fear, say, ya chichrin for fro. To here 2021, I reach almost a senior, no, almost a coin in bay or hanchi mu in numnia chipon at 5.4%, near fear see a pejabium. Na fiase bo kokose akohoma sika no part no and sorry send a tough form because of economy nankasa tough form the hono empejae into we sika ne was a ba ban kache a ekofom at the same time there was a buying spending more in between the two there was a buying bobo bosian bebre de beka ho enti akohoma sika no their economics friend fiscal policy and fiscal framework no baby dina ne yeba 2022 yimu eni efi ase se o se chichire budget fofora ebeboa na one oman no sika sem ne nimpuntu economic policy development na nkasa no yetumi akipu no nsa 5.4 ya yede kosuri na mom table na se na kohoma sika na yedi pia economic policy na ejija na ensori ye no yetumi ahwese na yebesiesie no nti yede measures be by revenue measures, expenditure cuts near the BOI the bar. You know, no be see NTS for benchmark value versus NTS levy, and no by so many months, by actually or parliament in Kikaonia there. Year 2022 Nimu Ankasano by March, and a binds our boy Kokose, and Yanum Ahuchere Beba. Ahuchere Beba no titru ni say. COVID-19 na ye recover na ye kan ho asem se mpuntu na start page 5.4 ye hwese ye beko anim ne mo makoma sika de wo table na sere no na ye di pia economy no empeja ye no ye kan ye kan wie ye no wura Putin ni Zelensky so do ho agim wo ho a e ba be ma bibi te se fan wo bo e be kosoro sanse wo hwe oil the Black Sea area mo ho eba a oil ya ne gas e bi na fi ye de fertilizer e di dua nnuane and son apart from that ne duane kra we are seeing na baby bebre pan no wheat idea pan no ne nuane greens nkakra bebre fisa Black Sea mo ho nti de ekoso wo ho no ehun sunsun so be kan enti no aban fiase taking measures bi to be kai match no na aban fiase bo kokose ahokyere na abana ye try so ano enwie pe no emu be ye den kakra nti aban fiase so say budget kra wa hihye no sika aban de adwuma no say aban sika say be nam ka say economy ni ko nani ma wunya kaka na de adwuma ti budget no crop so teso by 20%. Ministers and as aban appointees aketua or teso by 30%. In fact inside the budget no nima bi wo te say akwantu ne fuel coupons na de oteteso na akohoma sika na eno atofom na mpagyae no yanse no nti unse ye introduce fiscal mitigation measures kakra expenditure side kate say cars ahodo aban offices ne ade to say moratorium emobi an to sa ne mani bi ufa bibi te say energy sector IPP so mo do mo ka take or pay ni ade a ye bo ho ka ni ade ni na ewo fiscal no mu akohoma sika no mu asema wo se ehwe ni etumi tete eno eso kakra ene ni ama hodo kakra kan sana wo ye no fi ho a ye se na wo ba economy ni mu ankasa so a nia e ka me ne wo ye kotokum ho nsem so den bibi te say oil ye hwe se ne supply na kofom na price no e kosoro na even ebi mu ebio mo reserves say mra cra still ne bo no wosoro a say wiase nyina oil bo kosoro ebi kan enti den ye be sabre na nkomo mienu na wo ba ko se yenyi taxes ne mfi so ba ko so se margins no yen hwe ne entity margin ne bi so aban say akohoma sika na atofom deda no kra no taxes ne mu ne nya kakra di sum ti taxes ne de wukoyi no ba e bia na chese se de akohoma sika no kra de ne kum
e better form kra
enti e bia margins no ti say bust margin yenyi be 2% mfi so UPPF margin yenyi 9% mfi so fuel market margin yenyi be 1% mfi so there were some other margins no krampo de yenyi mfi so kra enti ni mani ne mfi ase no etosu mienu ayifo wono me krafang wo ba na o mo se dollar no e ha o mo no yempe kwan e benya dollar ama o wo Bank of Ghana o mo nya o mo ne gaw fo yi ene ayi yen aye pre dollar de akofa bibia ba no ena ebe pre to mo yenye special window emfa ema tie no so aban tu ho na mo kakra e de ema and sana wo hwe bibi te say currency na nkasa na etofo mo hwe January ba March na currency ni dimrika eko etofo mo no eno so no den e betime anti Bank of Ghana into anamo bi animanim na ne hwe ne ye increase your supply into the market na regulate senior demand ne ba no senior nkofo pre dollar na afie we yanko euro bond inti ye dollar reserves wo ho no ebi mmeka ho 3 billion bi mmeka ho next year nko a yesan wo kakra no em say 2025 or so yesan wo about 1.5 billion I was say ye settle no Bank of Ghana 200 amaka kaka yen hwe de be busumi mi ensani that is April May June baby edu na wo see fie ase sese te say besin panic oni haban yedigu nsani ne ebisa wo say so anamo aban tu ye no aso aba na say nso aba so ade wo say aban tu aso ana say we de ye na nye yi nti yin nye bibi fufura na for every policy you roll out also your assessment the assessment na if you say na say ye ne transport operators any dwedifo nyina hia wo say clock sack for hall and cry ha enne na no pay nti Minister for Food and Agriculture, Minister for Transport, ministers ahodo na was senior presidential advisor na chair but bibinti oma yifi ase but rapporteurs ne gini na ene oma ekra ntos ba oma ekra ebruba oma de en meka se kra oma de bi fi yi drobo ne doma hinkro ne himfa wale oma de fruits fi wale bane ade nyina ba ekoi menua ba ko yi omo fi my friend is saying tema omo de fish e bane nkeka oni ade nyinara omo nyina bae ye the agric ministry for so buy we say dey be yanko focus o agric minister ni data no enye correct ye do omo buy omo te hobi statistical service for to hobi na fi ase ko through cause agric for na ko grounds omo say tomatoes crate back on box back on o to e free baby a wodi fi air ba ni boni car ji say loading boys ji say ba say ni bi dun kran na ne bo ayese ba ku bi say emse omo de ba ku bi we just an extract tomato on large size crate offenso north wholesale 300 cedis car G45 loading in 5 out 5 so be do abublisha na do 900 na say 550 bi abeda so a ye hu ba bia e free eba maame mo yampa na om so si abotrekere mo say da bi di nti a we na kosro nti ye fi ase ye assessment ni na say enka
in the nature of our engagement we and for more mutie ye no oba in Facebook page Jackson Etimia extracted some of the pictures of the engagement and ye show nti maame fo e ba ye na ade nyina to
ba fo ahema mo ni ade ba
baba ne form no na etesen say momo kwan so mo nka
absolutely in fact debi enye ye kra na ye moderate em say enedi say oba pani dwom ehima ono na ofrefre ne ma no na ye kire say na yesusu say fa ne say aduane the ayeye ne say ye boa aduane ma ye dua me mo pija ne bo for planting for food and jobs nti ye wie ye check prices na quantities wo ho ehwe buru ye dua afia be sin fertilizer com ne the quantities no wo ho na ase ne bo ne ba be du dwom no na ne bo na sesa ye track ye so ye ko afu no se ne bo ne ti sei na ye bisa loading boy for mo ji sei o mo a discharge wise say transport operators say ba ne sen na ye ma memo be du ha say o mo so je say there be nti sa ha no say ni say na ampa tomatoes ni bi ha ba ye mpe we ye pe Burkina tomatoes ye pe nti o mo so e fi ase a kirekirim bebre ba be gina petrol bo no eso na ya kirekirim mo say petrol wi ase ne bo nie yen ye dia bebedu ye dia na da so kakra na ban ye fi so no senka ye de toto so still anka bi anka ne bo na ni anka transport first be do say nti assessment na efi ase ayeye no ye be ye no mse be nansa edi animi dia ye ya kowie ne say ye wi a ebetumi assessing the aboni because the impact of the mitigation measures enema hodo ye nti omo ekra fango ba say enom si nkonwa be chem say window na ye bi ma mo say munya forex no so far say ne etumi supply in the windows no eba ne say na bia entumi mo amoma montem because na mo say ye no ma mo betumi ate so in fact even before then no enuanum bia ma ya so ate say supply na o say Bank of Ghana de mo no kran eso ate nti sa analysis ni na ye cause ye be wie no na ye gina baby ayo clarity say measures no we na ye adwuma we nya adwuma enti ekwan be na ye dane now in the next 3 weeks now say finance minister in accordance with the Public Financial Management Act or Parliament na or the review of and we can review a new free of
2022 budget
2022 economic policy the bia me say o say to ebu na chirechire mu ye 2022 economic policy 2022 budget or the who review beba say ye be fia finance no na ye nisuade hu ni economic policy ani kura ye ni ye fia se na ye kon ye hu say sabre no nem say bibi nsisi wa ha bibi nsisi wa ekeka ni na bo ma baby abedu ni nti economic policy no kura no say pese yi we free you pese yi we free you pese yi we free and I pese di we ka ho you pese sakra we ni kakra ansa na ni nsunsanso wa akohoma sika the friend budget no eno sunni nti budget no ebia o se de bi ka ho ana yi bi free mu ana sika ban ehwehwe o se ni nsa kan na ni nsa kan no se ha na o se ko risk ni free ana mpa aban sika na o hwe ni nsa kan kra ma na boroso nti ye dane ni se nti dia ye nyina be na woche be miensa e ko na woche 9 tem no be boso mi tem no mo se finance minister de ho report ebeba parliament abekire aban trimu po e kwan o person faso e de koran nti sabre e ho na ejina
assessment na mo ye and na machas okay and said them they can say would here now so who pictures ni bia over Facebook Asempa FM ye page will be who sa pictures ni oba because yem run off yem fa issues no one after the other. Number one said you can you know a man bebre na e resist the issue of fuel and
fuel and transport costs
yeah. Great and many Ghanaians myself included if you listen yes I mean world market price na cost by him say fuel build up no tax component ewo. Some of us feel say a buying bit may be for tax component. It seems say a bias of that disposition say hey tax the ensaka a buy revenues be drop any identity it's a no-go area. Until we do that no the situation will remain the same. It hadn't a buying and taking that bold step to say listen ebia tax handle way SPT ebia pollution levy was way you betima drop am asisia no Ghana for han won kakra
bibia economics mo ye policy analysis your different cost benefit analysis ade ya me pese me ebe cost me sen me ye wi a mfaso ben na menya wo enti te se fuel asem ya okay me fa ne ma me no nya example ye wo ne boy fi ama no ne bae ye wo mfasoa FM wonoma eton fuel no ene bust mo ne ade margins ededa so mfasoa o mo munya wo so ene wo eto a ededa fuel so nti fa ne say 3 major components we ne 3 baskets a mfiti ase ne bi musi o abanyi eto no ene margins ni na mfi so na nka ne bo ne pe fi amano ne ba aban say yen test bi hwe yenyi margins no indi kan free ho wo de eto no jawo so nenyi margins ni fi ho na uyi margins ni fi ho no assessment ya ye obehu e car or mine abo because of margins ye free and your cost. Nkasa cost no wo in care na nka wani so ade hu ne say benefit no be saying say nka e bia petrol no kra at the pumps no e bia enkosoro.
Yes.
Ana say esumpo beti. And only the benefit are hwehwe. But we imagines ni fi hokra no. The block underlining
Asempa
cost of crude
FM.
oil no air cost runtino. At the pump prices no still air cost. Into what to me some measure now we introduce here a to me a reduce and stop the pain na ye nyina ye feeling na. Answer no se dodo na beka se debi. Economists bi bechire mu say enumpo no nka when ye mfiri wa nka ne bo at the pumps no kebeye more than but we are cost benefit analysis now ubisa who say benefit the average Ghanaian minua ba ko chenchen hene utwika ewe nyinase ni petrol auto aban eyi margins ni fees o minor boka no ni petrol ne kofomo ana nti benefit no have you achieved it se wo hwe na benefit no wan achieve ya na fi waba obi question ne say nti taxes na aka no wo yi free so a cost ne te say na no wo yi free so na say underlining factor nam kasa ye ne bo on the world market no ko baby ya so minua chenchen hini benya ho mfaso ana nti sa cost benefit analysis no eno na ye analysis we wi a ye be ne de make determination say ye ne ye wie ne ye hwe petitakrempa na e clear say o wo say yi taxes fi so a eno be ma underlining prices na ba form nti chenchen hi benya so mfaso de a na ne bia e worth e ka na o mine be bono. Now we analysis ni wie na obvious say we eto no kra fi so a ne bo emma form because of underlining factors no ti ne bo no kra bia besan akosoro a obon say cost no why nke ba benefit no wonsanka ti ukoya na obai and only analysis also at the same time no so crampo no eto a yitua o mamu ha nyinara okay count sase nyina yitua aban adwuma efo ka wie na yitua ye kadada ye dede aso se wo si yitua na yes yitua the friend of statutory payments niema mrada ho se yitua pe sikanasa this also ko tete eto no so biumu a ne nsunsan so be say nti sa analysis we nyina na mpanimfo over this period now whatever is the best measure I watch no omo de ababa to any by the next
in the review
years.
No?
Yes,
in the what it means is a meteor wo kana a buying is somewhat open to the reduction of taxes for now by based on cost benefit analysis are buying by
mami ansan we no na minua benadavle bisa me ameka say all options are on the table tama na make say programs ni nara ye examine ne ahwe they are between achieve possibly at a lower cost I be mo jema no see boni say me see you could review free SHS me kan sa but point na wo make no me shemu nsu say eniema hodo a aban very concerned about senior eniema bo ekosoro Abaya very concerned. Me nim cabinet meeting aya coffee ti be February a omampani onsi sasem we so edua every time sisudua. Nemum who take a decision no one who be when hwe bibia then na the taxes na we be ya na no we are cost benefit no say net by also o ma ho kwan na we very dispassionate honest hard cold analysis. Now they are not taking decisions. So Biden, make a proposal say, Congress, in fact, I say suspended taxes, you know.
Yeah, federal taxes.
Yes.
On fuel in free.
And no crampons and any now federal state the empire.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't hear federal federal bebo as compared to benefit a be money man for no. Or your analysis na benefit no about we. Federal cost no state level inti no make it that proposal as to whether the Congress will even agree with him or not a different matter but on the depth with inti sebe nye track ke say yenye say inti sa analysis no sa assessment na fiase a from this week week here senior presidential advisor Penny Asafomafo so no we the finance minister pen we the education minister pen what no opposition pen why campaign pen why petrol politics why bibia otiase nti otie dwomo a ye nyina ye hwe ye share various groups na ye analysis no e mo bebe be kwa kosi
de ama eno na kwa ko hia ne se wo hwe Ghana Statistical Service data na ya koye se drivers of inflation currently food and energy into like fuel this into energy nso no fuel critical in there it means say if the fuel price is fixed that it benya impact all the other sectors especially food because then only my share you almost say transport bo fuel bo and amaduane bo na koso now we're even of the opinion many of my can say as a binom also take advantage of the situation to overprice because again
and also can be there's a lot of speculation affected pricing in fact what kind of Ghana Statistical Service data minchwano omo use baby to say Cape Coast the example the same product uko market bakwa ne bo the another market will be at 100%. And there's a bit of information asymmetry so air cause that and a speculation no bi wo ho a oti ase a eyiye bi wo ho a e wo se ye ho adwuma kakra de ameka sa oti ase a eyiye in fact ne se nkomo no ba kwa na edi no pani ba ko bisa se na se transport fare ne kosro a loading boys no so adan na o mato omudie ni me kra na me ma answer say loading boy no onum petrol na mom so ono so oto aduane it is a transport ne bo kosro na se aduane ne bo kosro ono so ne charge anko charge no why den watum hono obeti ase but the other part of it said the same product no obi the same product same source procured at the same time obi ton there say no be increasing it there by 100% because what is you inflation abanti and nema bo akoso yes you find the anka hono isusun say more information being provided more civic responsibility a bit to me aboa a deal with one but how much impact can you make with that? I know a slightly different conversation but yes these are the analysis you have to make to come to this.
One of the interesting point groups nebako concerned drivers and a concerned spare parts dealers are more joining a Rise Ghana demonstration or but we a press conference and they put out a comparative study of fuel prices in Ghana and our neighbors in Tiomoshe, Togo, Omoshe, Benin, Burkina, La Côte d'Ivoire, even Nigeria. Now, of all the countries from what say, that's a Ghana there, so and they asked the question, say, Russia-Ukraine war armor fuel price across from the world market, affected countries winning also. Why is our own price of fuel that high?
I was said, sir, question you do more sukoko nema be me answer. Me na me set a question now. Cap then say, what is the regulation or deregulation policy in these countries? Many countries are omodeo analysis, but one of the first things we want to examine is say countries we are bubwe. Is it a fully deregulated market? Say a bino edum pempensubi or mine edum pempensubi. I say, and you're buying a set regulated prices for products. Kofabra, ukofaba, dollar multiplied by exchange rate. Any marginal uji kakra or so, any determined price on the market. A fully deregulated market to say Ghana there any case. So in a fully deregulated market, na a market a bino will say in those pricings are and yet the same thing. In fact, baby to say Nigeria, Tamana me penny Nguzi
WTO
Iwela, no a finance minister no. Na finance na Nigeria for running program be fuel subsidy program. Inti omone oil marketing companies ne agree say yem running fully deregulated market. Inti no wuntumi nton petrol more than this price. Inti wo ton wi a my ensanka chit of ahia wo ton ye. Na difference between the was enka wo ton no any the aban share wo set ton no yen aban ye betu ama. Eno na oba ye ohun say enkofu wie sika wo mu on ton 10,000 barrels cross we ton 10,000 barrels no abeji. Into omufi ase ye audit e wo mu. Audit na ma omo kidnap o ne papa. Fa wa choni na wo ni book mu. Into mind bi wo ho a o de wa no beka se na mehwe ha se a price no wo form sin ye de ne ye nyina Russia Ukraine waka ne tra by a com ne ka se ye hwe regulation or deregulation policy a. Eno be ma ye hu se so on my way a fully regulated and answer enye fully. The second point say you fully regulated or you fully deregulated or call mo fiscal framework ni mo kohwe fiscals no mu na hwe how much fiscal discretionary fiscal space and a buy no ewo say obetumi introduce subsidy bi say na watuaka ye de ya make cho say utua ye yete hey bisa MP bia ushia bebun bia or constituency one of the first things obeka cho no so me pa banjuma because of the predictability of wages.
Yes.
A banjuma no bia kom no nsunsuans one say wages and salaries column no ejina baby ejina ye kese pa uka se yentua to mfen konko yesi
Asempa FM
nti aban ahodo bebre ubon sa fi bosia bona na obo nti debt no na cost na fi debt servicing component item 2 no abaye kese wo the statutory funds ba be kan wa fi ubewie no na wo ni fiscal space kese bia wo de koye subsidies nti obi de obi compare ze yentwe omo so mo de mra na yenhwe eto ahe no mutua wo krom ho a ebi aban ni benya bi na ode akọ subsidize fuel program nti the American say fair say obi di BBC beba me I believe in dispassionate analysis but I will see a domo sukone ehwe what is the regulation policy on fiscal framework fiscal space na saying na aban point to me aka say subsidize bibi ni
na but it says so you perceive stay with the first point about regulation policy now.
Yeah.
And also the say in Ghana, yes, a fully deregulated market.
Yeah.
But a buying a key role in the number of taxes. And also add up to the price build up. In the yes, a deregulated there. But will be to me you are buying in frame completely because of the taxes.
Minkas will be a bit me taxes are some reason I say taxes no be a cost benefit analysis.
Yes.
Obedi can be sound say taxes as a percentage of total price na ya.
Yes, saying
7% ana 8% ana 10%. It is a whole problem. Na say well so solve.
Experts say 40% of your price.
I don't know that. I honestly don't know that. We probably have to sit down and do that analysis. And only analysis I can say. So our price build up. Na say 10% and they contributed to by taxes. Now the when you na could not 10%, so now uja 90%, no, would open 10%. Say 90 ni kosura, eba betra 10 no. Say indeed the other way around, so we be about 40%. Then you come to the second point, say my cost benefit analysis. No, say me we 40% in if so. Assuming that's the case, so benefits na me can obviously it's a brilliant idea. Then the prescription no may not provide the kind of relief that you are looking for. Until all of these analysis, and they will say, you might MPA for you can even do some here. You know, Babet say MPA, why Institute of Energy Security. We know Mra Obi Ambi in Kratem. Radio Juma say when you say me betna so ade ame me dwen na me tutu na me didin kofo atem. There be ni atoyebo analysis. Ni be wie no na say no kwere nyame anim ni. Ade ne say nete a nyina ebe ho. Enti sa nyina ebe ho.
And for you no, the Ghanaian people should not just look at Benin 4 ton they say Togo 4 tons. That in a Ghana and 4 tons they say. Go into the details.
I will say go into the devil is always in the details.
In the details. Yeah, free fuel no na yen Simrameshe. One other area say government revenues are and a lot of the experts are say buying a local revenue mobilization because from readings no we would need close to 3 to 5 billion to plug whole as is here one and you say I buy a ramping up the revenue mobilization. It be say exemptions are the companies in this country too much. Status of tax exemptions bill no I could say here.
Say our parliament say I will say start here juma at in fact at committee level crampono last time you call a whole retreat to work on it clause by clause. Ye mu adwuma niema isusu se wo so mo dane
Asempa FM
semekai ni year you first part of the work at committee level. If I will recall properly, I say was mo a relay based on the corrections I know. Now if you taking first reading, second reading, clause by clause, they to me a pass it. But I are there yet to one. This is just about 2 or 3 weeks ago. Both sides, and I mean commending both sides of the divide, MPP, NDC, members of the finance committee, a whole weekend they're to echo through clause by clause. And I'm clear in my mind, say a bill I per se pass and limited how much exemptions we are given. But Obi, I me see me too simplistic. No na me mpani fo bi di nkomo na make say wo budget fa ne say 142 billion for a year. Na problem wo man ni mu no. Problem na 400 billion CD problem. Now do when you could 2 billion be 142 no so. In case say 2 billion no so be afa me 2 billion is a lot of money. Obeji says can but now solve a problem no. Inti whilst you focus on the say exemptions, and I agree, exemptions are important component. I will say to me, I will say you pushy the finance ministry for analysis. No, say exemptions. No, a year we exemptions I am a year. Now then, can you plow back those exemptions? Can revenue ni be do saying? Is it that significant? Secondly, exemptions na I no. Part of it, and I will say it's more be at here. To be a buying person here. Pokwasi interchange.
Yes.
Ghana ni says kadahono. Tiesi ya kobo bisi on African Development Bank. African Development Bank for say ye bomo sa bisi na ube tumi asan ajeje taxes on top of bosiana yen ya bomo e de atok niema amode ye bridge no. Then all right. Ebi afane say o tax rate ye 10% asem count. Ya bo besia $400 million se fire Pokwasi interchange. Wo asaban wo say sa niema na wo de besia na ba beji $400 million no. Wankasa wo san age taxes was so 40 million. As taxes no ho na oje. African Development Bank na ono ma wo besia no. Ana contractor na ono obeye project na wo niskenti ono akogina odimu age no. Ono na wo san beji no $40 million tax no. Say wo de wo say tax be abeji. Into a lot of those exemptions, the reason is that a double counting for a buying. So buying into me into SS can say into ye jibisia the idea. Any be a we sa tax no so they say cost of project no be bad down into loan repayment no e bad down. ABC wha. Into sometimes it's not just say exemptions are bad generally. You ask yourself, say what type of exemption is it? Now, where to me, they take it as nonetheless, finance committee here, Juma will say, exemption bill, but it shows our concordance with the executive branch. Say tax exemptions should be looked at more seriously.
I'm getting some data on tax exemptions as it pertains currently. Minya fully now, maybe so, but on so we share through government books, Kojo. You do level our because are buying what
Ukasa ban ho ache na pacho chemu kakra. Because we have started off by conceding say ahochre wo wiase nyina Ghana bia kan.
No, ahochre akodru say mobilizing money to do niome what say yetua ka yetua statutory payments.
Yeah.
A buying commitment to sectors, critical sectors, education, health, and they are there. Ye drew bra aye dinyama. Say bosome be so na finance minister to na adwenjen ye drew sa level no.
Mama answer a question in two ways. First, year on year revenue mobilization there's always an increase in revenue mobilization. It say Joy FM ne Asempa FM ha more revenue performance.
Asempa FM
na ye kan ye ka so year by year bia no mo komonim. So mo ho akere mo na debi because you are raising more revenue on a year by year basis. But by expenditure side, no, now compared to your expenditure commitments, even including debt servicing, who compare, despite the fact that you're raising more revenue, who compare to your expenditure commitments, your friend is saying debt servicing are servicing, statutory payments are here. Nanka you craft about goods and services, any capital expenditure. No, ube say nim. And they say fiscal space. Don't say question back bisa me no.
Yes.
Me can't say bisa. Don't say how much fiscal space na other countries now can or more. Until nim. And nunti na beye 2 years ni. Me ba studio had bia and come back wa me no di ni say domestic resource mobilization no. A idea was a bit more aggressive than we are being. 12% of GDP coming back to the treasury form. Or might be already 12% of your GDP. Let's say you man the cost on kofwa jiskano. But mu 12% ben ba abana kachino. Problem wo. Because what will to mean is economy no expand at a rate faster than their binding air cannot be provided the backup services. Remember, GDP ye produce among kofo nye sika. I also nke ba ban catching we to me ye kwan ni nsuo ni kane akọ no. Emma ntina out of was ideally one number by 25%, almost double what you are getting. So when your ability to deliver for me na wakwa kosini dan we on e form. There's not much fiscal space. And we have to be very clear about at the same time, you know.
There is not much fiscal space. That's what you're saying. What can it chi more?
O compare sika ba ban kache afebia to niema ban agipini so obeye. Mienu no ase ishia. Inti akoye to say unsa kan ano na wo spend. Eto be a time na so for spending. There can was MDBA and statutory payments, you know. In fact, mostly because revenue side, you know, form. At the same time, you know, your democracy, there's a lot of demand on any administration. To demand the number, no, so yeah, one of the softest instruments that governments go for is borrowing. At the same time, the ones say debt na control. Though I had the bar from 2017 to 2019. 2020, Bosian Kwa boy when revenues were not performing because of COVID. Bam. To bones a debt, a pager. Until at the same time now, fiscal space no is no. Debt a pager, and so debt pager, especially at the time of currency and which what it means is I feel debt servicing next year debt servicing no as a percentage of total revenue no a be costro.
In the meaning say a lot of the debts in why a J and then some of you would say debt nankasa no really any problem be out the best share. Yeah, the any share productive areas best am in Sikana. Because I think one of the answers were running through they say in debt servicing. Well, akosro because you have debt ni bebre. It is a debt ni bebre that's a co-productive areas. It doesn't seem that is what we did.
That is on the assumption say a co-productive areas, you know. GDP no cost no. One of my was say the component of GDP back to the treasury they are servicing in ano ometua. It said they are working business they are talk for work and pay.
Yes.
And just a kana nkwejuma kana nye sales. Akwejuma e sales. And so a buy no sikani they abegu fotuo ni mu anase yamfa mbegu fotuo ni. Nti utumi bo besia for productive economic ventures. Your ability to service as a percentage of total revenue
one of the major reasons in Tiana are buying Namu pushing for e-levy was to cure our mischief, no? The mischief of your tax to GDP.
Yeah.
Not a work form, no. More implementing e-levy by 3 months.
Yeah.
Now we are told by a leading member of your party, say 600 million and I'm expected by this time in implementation. No, money about 60 million pay. Clearly, sir, antidote and I'm person more ban anye juma. And early days yet. Is that what you say?
I haven't seen the latest numbers on e-levy performance. Debbie me who yeah. They go through the assessment period. May expect this as part of this case by middle of July. Finance Minister now by General Parliament. Am I an update of for the numbers? So I'm not too worried about that.
But should the Ghanaian people believe what has been put out by a leading member of your party?
I know that I can't speak to it. You may want to ask him about it. I can't speak. Send you calibrate no. Sana perform one. For example, so we introduce revenue measure by the time I be field for implementation, no, the measure may be brilliant, but the performance on the ground may not deliver the numbers you are looking for. E-levy say uti mun komo ya, you say ebi mo find it to be out of it.
Yeah.
Inti measure no on paper may be brilliant, the analysis may be great, but by the time I could jina park no so 442 now they born say to be about that to baby.
Asempa FM.
Unya dia unsa eka. usually in the early days of any measure like this, and now opportunity to do assessments. Na se tokurubi dem now be plug our plug. And for me, that is really not. I just will be a sebe nyado. On share down follow title revenue measures over the years. We start here, and sometimes crowd start here. It takes a while to calibrate. Say kakran. Oh tokuru kakran. So VAT say about first. No, so unkofo ma VAT invoice. Unkofo nyese unkofo. Until how do we close all of those gaps? So I think say it may be a bit early to have that conversation. When the numbers come up, and I say obviously performance, finance is so terrible, and the reasons, actually maybe the policy itself was not good enough. We have to level with the people of Ghana. Say, at the end of the solve, until maybe we have to find another alternative. That is the essence of this analysis.
Yeah, but the other conversation we have been here is one of the leading CSOs in our country, Imani Africa, research. Our Monso Kase bear values on amount for transactions are dropping by 83%. Into the ABR Senanko for Obiye 100 Ghana cedis a day, for example.
So it's about 20.
Or about 20 cedis.
If I saw it in the Bank of Ghana data on economic activity or more publisher, the transaction volumes, any the growth in transaction volumes. Now, obviously, there's been a drop, and that drop is expected, especially at the beginning of a policy like this one. But I'm not worried about no at this time. That's why we are doing this assessment.
Asempa
It's data about na say the numbers don't support the policy measure. You can't run away from it. You would have to come to Parliament. And then Public Financial Management Act, even E-Levy Act, Nankasa Cry, so report it. So if it's not performing, you can't hide it. You have to come and explain why it's performing or not performing. That's the robustness of our democracy. And then if you have alternate measures, you put it on the table. Nipo Nusujina criticize. Yes, so we have an opportunity to ask them, in the face of these challenges, what is the alternative idea that you have in mind? And now I say, Asemona Abanti also say, Uka Katechemua, Ubia Unimka Jukra, no, I started to send the drafts 10 left. And also, Ebia, Wafane say, when you're buying, would you be a bebwabem? So also about Ubia Bibs as okay, Sabotre. Into no alternative in your day. Because Ebia, we are performing a bank of food way better than you. Because Asemba Intino Sebi will be CCP so until we are in an opportune moment to do the full examination and have a broad national conversation about it.
Have we gotten to the level because of the loophole in revenues? Because I read somewhere say we would need about 3 to 5 billion to plug our loophole.
Said they are looking at it from expenditure commitments.
Yes.
Any debt servicing, any revenue performance.
Good.
Almost to say revenues have to go up by about 5 billion over the course of this year.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Now, Timmy, meet all those commitments.
Okay.
Say a basa yen Timmy enya after some my assessment in area. Is IMF on the table at least? What's now around EMT, any cabinet near there. Mudin komokosa direction.
Two things. First of all, even if you were talking of the IMF, mean sure last time Ghana and any sub-Saharan African country could have 5 billion. And so if your problem is a $5 billion problem, then the IMF is not your answer. Just the basic analysis of it. Look at the trends over the years.
Say now, will be the first country in 5 billion.
I don't think so. But the question Nankasa will be saying is, say baby a fiscal situation.
Yes.
What are the best measures? One of the best measures, frankly, include a drastic cut in some of the expenditure items. Revenue, the Makajo says, has been picking up over the period. Revenue curve over the last 3-4 years it's been going up appreciably. Eko kesia senka curve higher than what it is poor and kepe. And now senka spike kesia and kepe. But it's getting better. The challenge is on the expenditure side, there are several expenditure commitments.
Yes.
Maybe you have to take a very drastic look at. And
determine. Governments left on their own, they need the discipline to do that. And you would need that external person to tell you, to whip you in line. And on the IMF.
That is if you cannot discipline yourself like that. But from 20...
But have you shown some of it to discipline?
Absolutely. From 2017 to 2019, we showed that clear discipline. You're ready now. 2017 to 2019, classical and only a discipline here to Parliament said nobody should go beyond 5% of GDP. I'm not sure, say,
Asempa
you're ready. Asam to ye. And we can't wish it away. Assemble to in 2020. Emma call Parliament say, Assemble ya to until see a leftists are 5%, no. And Parliament agreed a lefty. And you move from under 5% now, you debate all the way to I think about what was it? 11% there about deficit. You 2020, no. You see 2021, you see I feel say start to go back. From 11 to 9, 9 to 7, 7 to 5. By the time it be a 4-year program, no, nanke they about down. And no that kwa young conway ye crampa bang. Russia Ukraine sign hit yeah. I mean they say look at your import bill. And the demand import bill no put even on the fiscals. So my point is that baby no, there are a number of options. One, some drastic expenditure cuts even beyond what we've done. Drastic ones, so that the fiscal position no and yet distorted. Akohumasika na ye dey support the economy no. Say we na say revenue no send ya grow no. Expenditure na ya committee no outpace revenue growth na. Maybe also cut expenses ni bi. At the same time no, or debt problem. Debt ni bi beso. Was utumi kotua. So we flows near there. We share any reserves kese bi ada ho. Maybe at this time now, so now to me restructure debt instruments, not just the normal rollover. Now my pressure on repayments, so up and down. About fiscal policy measures yes, I was say fiscal policy measures ni yini who send bit me adane dane no kakra because obviously Dr. BNU obeho temperature edu 40 no akachira will say odada.
I love the usage of the word drastic. Beyond the Moye Dadano, you propose there or say more drastic.
That's the sense I'm getting, looking at the fiscal numbers. Yeah.
Was a drastic need loaded. It is also beyond the Moye Dadana.
Yeah.
Areas being biopana come with my drastic.
That's an only assessment, and only exercise I
and only be reveal.
Yeah, be go through all of the exercise, yeah, go through. And then you have food. There'll be a time to look at the whole fiscal framework, which will answer our questions. We say there's a whole session on the real sector, a Greek performance, Kratamu performance, and answer on the ground, a real industrial performance, 1D, 1FE, the outcomes at the same. All of those real sector analysis will be in. And by the time you can answer that question saying it's drastic, no. And for but me as a finance person. We have raw numbers now, we have income now, we have expenditure now, we have debt position now. Two major things that you have to do. And then I may be more speculating on which instruments can you use to achieve that. Because if you be more view, you say one kasa want to me and cut it drastically. This will be the force to cut.
Yes.
One kasa want to me and renegotiate and reprofile debt. No, just a headmaster be tied with chair or bow to do that renegotiation. Maybe on no account will be a tea. And on I may be a bit more making that argument say maybe a konako who be a bebo or koka was mama will be a usun head anymore unis yuba. A bit most of you and say nah dear you call him fine in the end Rebecca se kati expenditure items. Now I'm saying
why don't you go ahead to cut yourself?
Into a bit more argument is then you don't need this one. What you need to do is Mami borrow na my rolling sex. Be bold, na cut expenditure items nibi.
But our boldness and I say because one of our friends outside here say Obi. So why is government not reducing its own machinery expenditure to create fiscal space?
Oh, it's been reduced by
why
about 20%.
Do we also why do we have 3 chief executives, so the CEO with 2 deputy CEOs in almost all government agencies that are not retaining any profitability? Will be question and where you an easy
first of all, you cut MDA's expenditure by about 20%. This exercise will help us to analyze how much in terms of nominals values was saved by this cut. It's an exercise we are going through. Oba Ministry of Information. Time and I'm a former boss, Sheikh Wohon.
Yes.
Near 3 deputies plus Sheikh.
Asempa
3 deputies plus Sheikh. And now between me and my deputy, you know, 2.
We 2. 2. That's for the Ministry of Information.
No, and no, just one example.
Yes.
There are many offices in government where some of these cuts have been occasioned. And no cry before you because you take salaries so by 30%. Neyate budget nankasa so by 20% initially. In fact, after the initial 20%, all chief directors were written to say 20 no crown. You better call a bit deeper. Into a month new submissions and brought about 30. You better your assessment where we see where it was. Into
information.
Into a banner say government cutting what is perceived as a bloated government a year. I think the government has shown commitment in that area because it do some level be so. Udi agra will cut it too much so you will cut your nose to spite
your face.
The machinery crowd who here they deliver, especially in an economy where government is the largest single employer and spender. Udi agra by the time I'll be now if the government machinery ability to even deliver on anything, no, it's not happening. You end up paying people no money goods and service budget poa a juma nankasa uti o mkano but at least we secure a juma item one compensation yetu yaneka. But car or the beko bumpurugu yoyo akoye juma. Fuel or the beko. Sika or the be ye juma no bumpurugu yoyo na ye feel say yakwa we man e juma wa say ye dia no. E ho na fi ya cutting out. Ntubon say actually the return na be negative. So I think government has demonstrated some commitment. You share what the numbers look like and let's use it as a basis to make further decisions moving forward.
Question I'm facing with the cost of say running the office of a CEO of a vibrant SOE.
Yeah.
Hey, way above the cost of managing the office of a deputy minister, for example. You get it. It is a information minister as any other ministry. You were two ministers.
No, some
music assembly minister. CEOs.
No, that's a crystal. You crab will do.
No, but the American say
there be what can say is Yabutre. Just say no, no, but I get your point. My argument is in the end, no.
Yes.
In the end, the numbers will tell us where we are. So we save 20% or 25% or 30%. That is a significant cut. All your past study the economic history of Ghana. Fiti tama me Cape Coast University yeah finsa pumps card nkeka on aden. Me in one fiscal cycle 30% cut in government expenditure. Me who in all my research. If we're able to achieve it, it will be one of the most significant cuts in government expenditure in any single fiscal cycle. Yema numbers number out. Ghana numbers need to be fented.
But we say who busa any level 100 economic student and as a finance person say what government expenditure across the board and what's buying a cartier. I mean okata the nitekra the size of the government machinery. You don't need data to come out before you do that.
Say and be more years open source of Ghana corruption problem aligning up heads of state in a shoot to
no, but
no, I'm saying this sort of fleeting when young person you be see about data and I be so no we more your bomb Tony ko obi anye bi da and sit down krom ha say into former heads of state na chom ko gina ho pe ni ko and then you know some of the corruption that has gone on after that worse than before. My view is that yes okata na ni kro betumi aka say
wait for the data.
Let's do the numbers. So we na sampeni ampa what to me cut it by 30%.
Asempa FM.
Government expenditure in one fiscal cycle. Let the economists do the analysis. Naturally, how it will compare to any time in our previous history. Let the blood flow.
My other question is from everything we've said, and IMF is not on the table.
The last time the finance minister spoke, I think he was quite clear about it. So he's clear in his mind, say, there are domestic measures that can be employed to achieve the two things that an IMF program will give you. Well, at least two out of the three things that an IMF program will give you. You need to work on inflows, balance of payment.
Yes.
You need to work on that one. Number two, you need to renegotiate or clean up a bit of the debt situation. Number three, you need some expenditure discipline. If you can achieve this locally, and the finance minister has been clear on it, if you can achieve this locally, then you don't need a headmaster standing at the door.
What if by the end of this year, you say you may achieve locally?
If for some reasons, Udu baby Nasebia, for example, Ubi Obemao, I think it was one called Kata Kopis Kebi. Bimusa called Kata, I think Morocco was on place. Called Kata Kopis Kebi, which was aimed at helping to solve inflow and balance of payment problem.
Yes.
And the people who were willing to give them the money said, yeah, we'll give you the money. but your person will call you insurance. Insurance, quote unquote,
Yeah.
by going to a fund program, so that we can be sure, say, the expenditure discipline items, you will actually be committed to it. To whom say, no, they say it's not exactly say omokoji bailout. We're finding the solutions. Why not there? Near say omokoji insurance cover
from the IMF, for example,
or also feel say so that's what he did. But the man responsible for fiscal policy in this country has been clear. Say, ban on the fiscal policy or a confidence, say, or ways by which he can manage him. I take him at his word.
Yeah, but for the rest of the Ghanaian people, Rebecca said, we've given the man in charge of our fiscal policy no time. I said the situation is getting worse.
It's only 3 months since we sounded the warning and introduced the measures. Remember, I said 2017 to 2019, we didn't have this challenge. 2020, I've told you, you had a challenge because in 2021, your situation started improving. And so in the first quarter of 2022, you were hit by what's happening in the Black Sea.
Asempa
Since no started or the measures by na June you March near the measures but April, May, June you now have an opportunity to assess. Give yourself the space to do that assessment. He will come to Parliament mid-year or the measures ebeba or the fiscal policy measures beba say. First of all, economic, and by the way, economic policy belongs to the president. Mr. Speaker, on behalf of the president, yes, I present the economic policy and budget on fiscal policy. And first of all, economic policy measures are President Dimu Yadebaye ending of last year coming to 2022, and it's been affected by so many things. Do we stand by it or do we make some amendments following all of these assessments?
And no assessment.
The broader government will decide. Fiscal policy and our budget and Ankasano. What I say? And also no only the or the Bible say, okay, we see the Amodia Mammy say, Yankati, we have we encounter Ninsun and so on the fiscals. Me answer ni.
Your friend John Jenapo said, Obi, they are just preparing our minds for more hardships. Where John Jenapo, they are or no they are bar.
JJ to say, I have from me too catch it.
Eduji Tamaklo say, Obi, tell my learned friend Kojo Pong Kroma that once government is going to pay 45 billion on interest payment and amortization, the economy will suffer because very little is left for capital expenditure programs. Capital expenditure is what stimulates growth. You are crowding out private investment. They should be simple. Also, this should be simple. The pervasive borrowing is the problem. The economic model is the problem. No liquidity in the system.
And you just started fine, sabotage. And you just started fine. Nene Adrian be do baby. Okay, say capex is what stimulates growth. Capex is one of the things that stimulate growth. So, economic policy analysis now the way you now could go capex. So that's where now you end up into let's build grandiose projects, some of which are overpriced, which leads to all issues with corruption and other matters. And you see project anyway. Now construction workers in Nihu. So that particular and I like the way he starts his argument. I must be honest. I like the way he starts his argument. Say, however, no, you could pigeon your whole capex pair, you bring a problem. There's more than that. There is the total discretionary expenditure basket, you know, goods and services for funding programs that provide real sector growth are critical. Let's not just put it on a capex. The point goes back to his argument. He said discretionary space near limited because of, for example, 45 billion on debt servicing and amortization. How much you have as discretionary for goods and services and capex are limited. Yeah. So what is the answer? You have to go back to the top. How much revenue are you mobilizing? How are you dealing with the debt difficulties in between? And expenditure nankasano, because debt now dealing with 45 billion maybe able to me someone about 30. Sometimes you can reprofiling of the debt. You know me be sabreno. We can so reprofile it be okay. Of course, you've got to find a way to deal with that 45 billion. A bit of it is reprofiling, restructuring, reorganizing the debt structure. And some expenditure side, you need more room for discretionary. Me make as a discretionary, men go check capex and let's say you call launch business resource centers. It's run by the Rural Enterprises program. It's a goods and service budget item funded by the African Development Bank and IFAD under the Ministry of Trade. But our programs now mu provide papa bi oye mu ewo baby. Yen kosi concrete wo ho, but omo mano support into no output every year. No na creating human sika wo ho. So just to disagree with him at the end, but in principle no revenue mobilization. I will say ye ho adwuma. Debt situation no, I will say etimi kwan betumi afa so restructure. And then on the expenditure side, some significant cuts that allow us to have more discretionary expenditure, both for goods and services, programs that stimulate real sector growth, and capex at the right prices where necessary.
Atik Mohammed said, Obi, please ask him which component of government expenditure has been cut to give the 30%. Is it statutory or discretionary spending? Reducing expenditure can contract the growth of the economy.
That's true.
So that should not be seen as something extraordinary. In an economy where public spending is more than private spending, a reduction in public expenditure could be counterproductive.
Many Atik ya doing 100% could be counterproductive. Intina ye start ya na ubisa say nene taxes money for America say go back cost benefit. What the benefit ben how they achieve? Because all your cut you might cut your nose to spite your face. Atik point my specific answer to him say statutory expenditure untumin cut.
Yes.
Discretionary honor ma aban bia Atik say now your policy for the party. I respect a lot of his policy arguments. But that policy argument can only come to life when, say, there be Atik party winning power or room for discretionary spending, not just in capex, but particularly in goods and services to stimulate whatever program he's looking for. That discretionary, unfortunately, we are having to cut because the revenue situation is poor. At least the revenue growth situation, let me correct it before somebody gives a wrong headline. The revenue growth situation, though it's performing, as compared to expenditure, is not in the best of places. Until you are being forced to cut a bit of the discretionary expenditure. So, what do? You got to go back to the top.
And look at revenue.
Look at revenue, look at debt. And then even on the expenditure side, are there some that you can cut? Even some of the discretionary ones that you can cut. We're out now, some sort of social spending be. Some more productive area, whether capex or goods and stuff. Then you look at it as such.
My main kind we say, please ask the information minister on the benchmark value restoration. It is believed to be part of the rise in inflation because the restoration of the 20% increase in taxes on duties for vehicles and 30% increase in taxes on duties for goods have seriously affected government's revenues at the port. Businesses are collapsing.
Who follow the argument now can seriously affecting and can to positively affect because benchmark value reversal the effect and say the revenues that come to government will go up. And you want two vehicles or a basket of goods for consumer. Yes, transportation room, but vehicles as an item, if my memory serves me right, is not in that particular item. Then thirdly, the benchmark value reversal was for selected goods that are also produced here in Ghana. So the consumer has a choice.
That we have started producing here in
Ghana. No, for goods we produce here in Ghana.
Yes, meaning, but say, argument are good to put it up and they say, enye goods are you producing in capacity be meeting your needs.
So you create the demand. Now businessman bena tomatoes a boo market. Now also akoto tomatoes a big market. No businessman does that. You create the demand and the businessman will follow by supplying. And the part of the discussion I any market women here. Omoji to say ampa tomatoes are bawo. I think it was Domain or wherever.
Yeah.
Said na tomatoes are ba. But sa tomatoes ni empe. Inti ni ekobokina. Ni akofa eyi.
Omode no.
Yakofa no because eno na yepe. Eno stay longer on the market. Inti eno na yepe. Eno ni yekwa safer no. Any because of terrorists cost ni ade enti no transportation ni security ni nkeka oni ade no. By the time you ba do agbogboshi no na no bo etise. Inti enye no krase won produce tomatoes but you prefer this one. Enti omokrane working how can we ensure say demand no be channeled towards local one no ebi was ni na a part of a discussion na
you don't support any claims say because of benchmark reversals no ama buying revenue at the port are dropping.
Maybe I believe in the data. If there's any data to back it, I'll probably. But off the top of my head, mention me first analysis is what I've given you.
Okay.
But let the data speak for itself.
Okay, very well. Wait, Sir Obi, how can you achieve 20% expenditure cut from only discretionary expenditure, knowing you cannot reduce interest payment or wages? John Janapo again comes back with this one. When you're on a question now.
I get him totally.
Okay.
And Tina Maker said, JJ, this assessment is necessary because, for example, say, o budget ni muno, we project a certain revenue. JJTMU, we project a certain revenue and a certain expenditure. Now expenditure, expenditure prioritization, item 1, item 2, item 3. Now say item 4, no, and I cut it by 30%. Now in reality, by the time I bet you item 1, item 2, item 3, now 100% of the real revenue, ne kwa. In reality, no say on paper, we achieve non-expenditure. I don't know if I get my point. But does that necessarily mean says you can't buy and one spend there now? And in soon so and so on productive activity to say. But that is why it is important that all of this analysis takes place. So that we ourselves can judge, say, maybe this kind because and here let me go apolitical. Apolitical. MPP NDC to be both similar policies. Me wa be mo me defend it. Me nia be mo na me criticize it. But in the end, does that policy work for Ghana? You know, this is can say, "Oh my salary cuts." No more this kind of chips compound. We learned a lesson from it and says, controller should not pay, so that we know the savings that has been retired into the central treasury as an alternative. My point is that say yes, our analysis way openly over and over again. Subsequent governments will be better guided and learn lessons from what previous governments. That's how you build on something.
The problem is, and when free ni noi Hansen Norte, MP Tema Central. The problem is with revenue creation, not mobilization. You have to create and then mobilize. That's what will culminate in revenue growth. You agree?
Let me show you something very interesting.
Okay.
And this is what I love about say Jaya Temdidi politics. We any free how we any free hand. Jaya no na say I feel ba on policy discourse. Ubon say ya jing a start eko benkom in some areas. And in other areas, ubenya people from the same political party disagreeing. You know every day party?
MPP.
Bowser he's disagreeing with me on a particular that is the beauty of say Jai Sebi. Coca, now we allegations who na fear focus here. We get it. Now, on assembly say we must pay more attention to revenue creation. Out of revenue creation, then we mobilize. But my answer is say my litmus test that revenue is being created, GDP. Unless you are telling me that the output figures don't add up, then I have prima facie evidence say output neighbor. Kofo make output no. Say uko Legona. Young ladies in school, business o mucha on Instagram. Nene nkeka hone ade. No be bonse mama. Productivity a air koso. For me, it's clear evidence. Say GDP is going up. Wealth is being created. Now, if the rule of thumb is that a certain percentage of that wealth must come back to the central treasury, so that the state can extend goods and services to meet the growth of the economy. Goods and services including security. Obisi mitama here baby police station ni ho na yebre e ya ban sa na enru ho. E see see police station. Me na say na me ne dampare ko bi ba ko me ho. See police station ni e fa police for ni etu omka, ni e to police car ma ni e mom tuo, ni e mom CCTV cameras. To do that, GDP na ye creating no, a portion of it must come to the state. Say rule of thumb say 25% and say but not 12% per bar. We have a 50% shortfall. It may have been a better performance than last year, but it's still 12 and 13%. And let's say in development common, but there was a bar catching a band there some woman and we need to pay. And many and I love the fact say many were the same party pono. There was slight disagreement on it. This is the kind of conversation we should be having. And then we can say, oh, so I say then what do we do to close that 12% to 25%? And yes, say now we in the free now we in the say now and on you bet we will be wrapping up in a moment, but the
total discretionary expenditure is not even up to 20% of total expenditure. So even if you reduce it by 100%, you cannot achieve 20% reduction of total expenditure.
Pacho kind of
or say
where JJ
watching a pen in the paper now type or say total discretionary expenditure is not even up to 20% of your in Ufa discretionary expenditure and yet up to 20% of your total expenditure. And I'll say even if you reduce your discretionary expenditure by even 100% in power, you cannot achieve 20% reduction of your total expenditure.
So first of all, that's an assumption. The question is based on an assumption that total discretionary expenditure is not up to 20%.
Up to 20%.
He didn't supply the figure. I don't have the figure here. Secondly, so breakdown of what goes into the 20%. And and finance minister Beba. You see the beauty of Ghana's democracy.
Parliament.
The beauty of Ghana's democracy is want to mean for figures in it. And yeah, the ME say to be interrogating a man in Tiaba, Baku can't pay near move on near Debbie. Can you see about training at okay? 20% no. Minister, I hear more achieve. Minister's question time. Minister, 20% na mokano. I hear more achieve. Mr. Ebi Ochna may present a statement on the performance of RTI.
Okay.
Request a buy, a answer, a defend. I have to go and present that report to Parliament because it's in the Act.
And that data is verifiable.
It's verifiable. Minister Nebebano provided that data. Said total discretionary expenditure no make a 15% of the budget. And sana ebia me debt servicing ne amortization no. Met me a shave of another 5% by reprofiling or bidder. And no na make a 20 no. That was my plan. In actuals, 15% na what decide me to me achieve 10. And at that no, me to me 2%. In total me can't 20 no, me to me achieve 12. Minister 12 there 1 year out of 12 out of 20 there 1 year. The minister say me there na more time then I'm here. To me crank katiba. Then that's the beauty of the conversation I echo. I don't have that data now. That's why we are going through this assessment. And I think we should do it openly, put the data out, let the country have a conversation around it and take some decisions moving forward.
And the data will be put out through Finance Minister Eco Parliament.
The Public Financial Management Act is one of the best pieces of legislation. Now I'm saying one of the best pieces of legislation, PFMA. It requires you to come. Only say first no. Me started the politics any economy First no. Finance Minister want to me force and say ombra media. Na first no kwesi botwe no kan budget no TV so. Unim sa. Now, Okaya to petrol, ni kerosene, live. One say petrol price. On a regulated market. Tamane what Chairman Rollins. Ye bad dispensation we monocrampo no. This democratic dispensation. Now to me, for finance minister, I say on media review. A PFME and I say a compelling finance minister. First, now finance minister obeba is only when we hear supplementary. Now, for supplementary nechi diaba. Now you are required by law to appear. Petroleum Fund say. Piak for report cried about Parliament. So he will have to bring the data. And we have an opportunity to interrogate the data. Ni analyze it. Se bibi o hwa ye so man eno de we de wo kofa hwan betina so asade no en solve problem na. Nyina atewa ebetumi hu se no rade we say de emwai. Baabi o hwa ye boy yi a ebetumi akasa mpa. Sa Biden de ya na ye ken. Or say suspend one can say cancel take out or say suspend federal taxes because what assesses our revenues no here they are running the federal government na moment then be a cost no income be bree and or they are to so it's been analyzed na me hear CNBC say 2 days ago or ma do mo su no more analyze what sort of federal services may be affected if that thing is taken off or suspended for a period because the data is available. That's what we are going, that's what we should do. And
a bit of those suspensions yes you been when the finance minister addresses
if you say that American bobo be actually UPPF margin, fuel marking margin, bust margin, back 15%.
15 pesos so we they say no so.
Hey, feco per gallon.
Oh, could you?
Not calculated. You pen na feco per gallon. Obi calculated. Now if we are only BB multiply by the total volumes in the Ghanaian economy. How na be car buyable. But Asempa waka no echere say benefit no ti abaya te so aboka wo de fa say 4 billion. Anka sa 4 billion etumi tua Edmark me contractor na wo me kwan so no. Ye de nka 17 million pe. Enka etumi tua no mabika. Ba ban te sa de no fees no nti ne bi abaya lose 4 billion. But 4 billion no bi beka se wo na say sa 5 pesos, 3 pesos we then carry. To both a benefit, you know. So na fuel, so na taxes, you know.
Yes.
The same thing. And this is analysis we have to do.
My final question here, Jao Maoko, and it's Minimum Information Ministry, no, Muji feedback across the board in Ghana. Ehun mo tested the pulse of the citizenry. Ehun baby o madwen air core any ade. And the only nipa baby na din komo. I don't know if you've gotten that, but the perception and it seems Nanado Abai not disappointed. We had high expectations and it's what would you tell Ghana if we feel disappointed? Say, we thought Sanka, we will be to my baby, but be a quid and Shadanko.
Me kind of bisa me sa question, but me kai pass in 2020 be bisa me a similar question. You talk about you're disappointed. And I said to them, the best opinion poll, the best way of determining is on the 9th and not 10th December. When the total aggregate of Omua Yamom to me so take a decision.
Yes.
Ebekwako expresses our decision. No? And I was optimistic at the time, say. And you be na why satisfied with Nanado measures nibi from 2017 to 2020. But now me were confidence. Say by the time I be the majority of Ghanaians will say they approve of his 4-year performance at that time. It's not very different from the conversation going on today. So, your friend of public discourse, public opinion. It depends on who you are speaking to. Who the mic kosha kwa answer or part of public opinion. But what does mean? What it actually comes to say, ma opinion opportunity na on 74-year mandate. In the midst of all the difficulties, we're introducing measures or review measures, or maybe I can adjust kakra. Me kai COVID start say by June the na obi e ka sa nyo no. Say enye yi nkofo be but ye kone e ba ne dani by the time 4-year mandate no so ye no. About 500,000 Ghanaians in excess were dead sure that this is a good mandate, deserves 4 more. Me hopeful, as always. Say senior ye kona ye assess ye niema ye hwe hade ye anye ye o se sesa no. There be we die emfa kwan mu. We die ye twa e o se to aso. Kumasi akwan yi e o se etumi ma ye ni ko ho na epia kakra meko ye ne kakra by the time 4 years ne be so no. Me hopeful. Say Osei bisa Ghanaians biom like they did in 2020. Before then there were very similar questions. You get a majority saying they are satisfied with how the governance has gone. That's my hope. That's my expectation. That's what we are working towards.
Is Sarah Adwoa-Safo still a minister in this government?
My understanding is that she's on extended leave.
Extended leave?
That's my understanding. Statement about I said, what can it be? That's my understanding.
So after started we in communication,
communication.
Your extended leave.
That's the last statement we got.
One of the things, ABC newspaper, survey, and survey results scientific survey. Gordon sorry be there.
But
I say nipa be 200. Nipa be 200 in Accra and Kumasi spoke. And say from only survey though unscientific no. If elections were held today, the NDC was slightly ahead of the NPP. But also almost say talk also busa or for why they would vote in that direction. One of the things I'm kind of say, Abai, I say clearly ministers need be more number, but reshuffle are a problem. The government seems lethargic. I say, why is reshuffle so difficult for our president?
I don't think it's difficult. What I would take, so 2 things. First, a buying policy, they say, the survey be scientific or unscientific. We take it as feedback. From 2017, anytime a survey comes up, whether from Imani, University of Ghana, wherever, we frame me say we take it as feedback. Into their Gordon Ekan, we take it as feedback. So we bisa about shuffling. Me little political science reading my shuffling of governments is an instrument in parliamentary systems. Where the Prime Minister is first a member of Parliament and he sits at the table with his colleagues, he's only prime among them. Until you see shuffling as an instrument to whip control. In a presidential system, typically you don't have shuffling. When the president is of the view that we Kono Bimra, he will remove you and put somebody there. Hardly do you have shuffles in pure presidential systems. Ghana's system now you're running a hybrid. That has only worked for 20 years.
30?
30 years. It's still nascent stages. I am clear in my mind, say, Omampeni, Udu Bebia, Usunsu say, or some specific people for specific reasons obey. In the first term of his administration, one year wholesale shuffle. But there were some rules Edu Baby, midway through, or society. I'm a deputy. Edu Baby, or my boss said you ma fufro, and or shuffle we, and or de me ba, and me too any would income. So he has demonstrated, say, where he thinks it's necessary to do it at a point in time, he will. But uti all the feedback, and I'm sure it's even this feedback, he will listen and he will work with it.
Kojo Pon Kroma, ma yenase, yebesi ndi nkomo.
Yaminka hobi.
Yedasepa. He is the Information Minister of the Republic of Ghana, Kojo Pon Kroma, and Amotian and Kana MP for the Fuasia Yerebi constituency. Let me see the time. Yakopa, 23 minutes after 6. Wow. And Memfa we in Chem while we wrap up. Jackson's favorite, TF Financial Services Limited. Now, almost as a government worker, Ujo salary through the Control and Accountant General's Department. ABI you can say, we a nurse, we a doctor, we a teacher, we a civil servant. Now, and as we are Juma with the Ghana Police Service, Ministry of Defense, GRA, GRIDCO. And as a wono, who a private institution, be more, Unyeska, Eddie Aso staff asan kakra, me pacho, for any TF Financial Services. Omo brutal, men Canada. They have the right loan package tailored to meet all your financial needs. And when no obanso yen deposit biya, yen deposit biya. No deposit is required. Your loan products come at very competitive rate with flexible terms of payment. If I want question now no enkonko dijuma, one number ni 0202 026119 0202 026119 for further inquiries. The head office branch no Nat Height, Independence Avenue. Accra branches wo kokomlemle here opposite NDP4 head office no. Eho ena Accra branch no ewo. Enti bra now the TF Financial Services in income. Almost say yes we can. Wow. Ubanu munsuya ya Awake Purified Drinking Water. Pibinenum bottle me de ne simi he. Inti ye no ye nsuo nso a de pa unumbia. Very, very nice. Awake Purified Drinking Water. Kasapreko Company Limited munsuo mo de ya badwa so enono. Ohwe bottle ne ho kase for every bottle you buy, 1 peso will be donated to the National Cardiothoracic Center, Kolebu. In the Insuya, all nominal will do near being so enkwa. Oh, it's solid. Really, really solid. Awake. Inti more amote French say, oh, potable purifié. In a purified water. You know. Awake Purified Drinking Water. A brutal. Any more than a PB. Now sweat to me anon. Ghana Revenue Authority, those are my chess information. We say, Unim say, when you send money to your own bank account, and you ebe charge you e-levy, provided say your bank account no, and I say your mobile money account no, are linked to your Ghana card PIN. And the ones I would the Ghana card ne be a bank account, and I would the announce ne be a mobile money account no. So we send this car, the free o bank account name about mobile money account name and vice versa. I until e-levy. In the channel, so my own TBB say a free 0800 900 110. Now the GR in penny phone income 0800 900 110. And Bell Beverages and so one Bell Chill and Win promo no ye go so den. Bell Chill and Win promo. Ade omo boy juma papa nene omo chiremu a de wosa wo ya ne se ye no ye de yi na ye adwuma ho se wo 20 labels from your favorite Bell Beverages product, which is a Tamarinda, Bell Cola, Puka, Big Boss, Squeeze, Breeze, Bell Malt, and more. Udie why labels ne bohono unya bako 20 fashion envelope uchro wudine will contact iguso nefa koja Bell Beverages depot bi anase accredited distributor bi across the country. Customers with the highest entries will automatically win fantastic prizes in the Bell Chill and Win monthly rewards. I be announced with TV, so radio, so and social media. Prizes ni bini yema home furniture, yema appliances, hampers, product, shopping vouchers, and the grand prize of a Kia Picanto. You heard me right, Kia Picanto. The Bell Chill and Win. Everyone is a winner. For more info, 0544 335 800. T's and C's apply. Bell Beverages, refreshing the nation. At 7 p.m., Kaisa Professor E.K. Wallace Betnase. You had a sports night, Breminti. Asempa FM always giving you the best. You would love to stay with us. Now, wait till you know so at the air Bremo. But Franco Trading, when you say you can't Franco, the was about too many mobile phones. You say a hoye phone, papa, ifi, any Franco Trading. Now open Nokia. Hey, Nokia. Wow. But Nokia is your new designs, Aba. Yes, a Nokia design. Your friend Nokia C30. F brutal. Nokia C30. Kai. Unya biya wabe who say yes. And no, omode Nokia G10. Nokia G10 no. Masa. Bebe na fiza Nokia no. Omo vema kofo ba Nokia jina online so. Nokia C30 and Nokia G10 and you can Nokia there. What you associate with Nokia a quality and longevity. And your Samsung, your iPhones, your smart TVs, and when I have Franco smart TVs ranging from 32 inches to 55 inches, your tabletop fridges and a Franco air conditions, Papa B. And you know my turning in discounted price. You tip one so say who into qua wa ye be mount. Nokia, one will say yes. We dear when your Nokia phone, when your iPhone a born in so you're saying a test from a friend 0246 422 338 0246 422 338. Franco Trading Enterprise still phone papa fi any oko app store a bit ma download an app no oko Google Play Store so ubenya an app ne bi ewo ho, and you can use the app to order online. I mean, you be deliver more at your doorstep. Unya we baby. Alande. Ghana Pay is here. Now, with the all-new Ghana Pay mobile money service, you can send and receive money at zero transaction fees. You can pay your bills, buy airtime and data, transfer money to and from your bank account, and do so much more your own way. Say, dear. Bibi Ekoyi Ankasa. And you register for Ghana Pay by downloading the Ghana Pay app from the Play Store or App Store. You can also register by dialing *707#, *707#, or maybe visiting any branch of your selected bank to activate your wallet. Indeed, what dial *707# every no follow prompt. We are call selected bank. Na ko activate your wallet or Ghana Pay the use would they be to airtime, now would be to data, would be transfer scar, would be trial bills. It's unbelievable. Ghana Pay transaction BIA free. You only pay e-levy. Ghana Pay, your money your way. Thorn between the kind of song I was a mebo and Sanama sorry. You know. Ain't it there's this song, a old school, but it looks like a good song. I was say, me boy be brain. I would love it, you know, a old song. You just take a listen.
Asempa FM.